Hello! Welcome back to Ready Steady Play, everyone! Oh my god! Do you know what it is, Chris?
It's like it was yesterday.
It's like it was yesterday. Yep.
What were you going to say?
I was going to say it's our 1 year anniversary for Everrain.
Not quite. It's we're what's the date today? Third?
The third is
we're exactly
second.
off.
The second.
Oh, we're 8 days off.
We should have done this next week.
I know, we should have
more thematic. Yeah, do you remember Everrain, everyone? My, how things have developed since we first played this. We played this when I think it was like a new release.
When we put on the channel.
Yeah, when we live streamed it.
It just delivered pretty much, very recently delivered.
Just delivered in the UK.
Yeah.
But there's still some US backers who are still waiting for it.
Yes.
Yeah. So we might talk about that at the end. Hey, Haggers!
Hello, Haggers.
And hey, chat, we've got Dimitri and Alessandro in chat there as well, hanging out. Thanks so much for joining us. I see Eddie would like to join us. Well, I hope you will have a chance to catch up. I know, Eddie, you were playing it recently, so I'd be interested to hear how you got along with it. But we're going to attempt to finish the game we started a year ago. And then, if we have time, we'll talk about our thoughts after.
That's right, we do come around to things, you know, but it just takes a while sometimes.
We did discuss whether or not we were going to finish it, but we decided to finish it. We've done our best to refresh ourselves on the rules. We'll do our best to stay as true to them as possible. I think we'll be mostly okay with a few, maybe a few little hiccups when we get to things like the advanced boarding rules. But
oh yeah, I forgot about. They weren't that complicated, advanced boarding rules. I don't think.
I don't think so.
We'll manage. We'll be fine.
My ship is badly damaged.
Yeah, mine too.
So the one thing I would note is that at the end of the last stream, if you remember, I just started a port action. I just ended the act, and then realized that that was going to destroy the port I was in. If you remember. If you remember, yeah. So, I mean, some people might just watch that stream and come straight here, you know, if you live in the future. So,
True.
What we've done is we just sort of undone the university action I'd taken initially, which is, of course, where we spent clue tokens to progress our Dealy Bop here towards victory over here. So,
oh yes, this should actually be back here then.
Yes, actually, that's right. The red one too, or was the red one?
It doesn't matter. The red one catches up with us when we finish the act. So
right.
the red, I can't remember if the red was on 1, 2, or 3, but it's not relevant because it will shoot up to 4 when you move up to 4.
Right. So we were actually just marginally ahead then.
Yeah, we'd outrun it, so that's fine. Mm-hmm. So it's not relevant where it was.
So I guess the one thing to note as well is that I should actually have another crew member but I can't afford their wages, so when we end the act, they will be fired.
Yes, we've done some of the upkeep already for the end of act because we jumped the gun there, and then realised that by doing that, it closed the port for Mike. So,
so we've sort of retconned a little bit, but we're going to try to get things rolling as quickly as possible. Now, the thing is as well, clearly I've spent all of my money and still had to fire someone, so I don't really have any money at all.
And we had established, we weren't sure if it was correct or not, but we had established that you can't gamble if you don't have the 5 coins to spend. Sorry, if you don't have the
no, we discussed it at length, and in the end we decided that you could gamble.
Oh, you could?
Yeah, and then you discard as much as possible. That was the rule we used in the end.
Oh, because it says here, gamble 5 coins. Oh, so it does cost 5.
It costs 5 to gamble.
Oh, so you have to have the 5.
Yeah, but then what we were debating was the 10 that you discard. I should have this over here. The 10 that you discard if you lose was what we're debating.
Right, so you don't have to have the 10, but you do have to have the 5.
Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah. That was the rule we went with in the end.
I think that makes sense. I'm pleased with that. I think that a year or more of gaming, and that seems obvious to me now. But that means you can't gamble unless you want to risk not being able to pay your crew even further.
Yeah, because if I lost, and I could send my blessed rope guy here because he gets a reroll, but if I fluffed it twice. But the other thing is then I would also potentially have to undo firing a guy, and I'm just not going to go back that far. So
what do you want to do? Because everything costs money.
Yeah, let's have a look at my Denizen card here. What we do have is temporarily the green screen, because if you remember, that wasn't working in the last stream either. So this is, Chris read this at the end of the other stream. This is about agents of the Undergod working in the city. So I could come here and do a...
Oh, if you pass, you retreat the agenda by 3.
Oh, so you don't want to... That's not really worth doing.
The agenda's the elder... isn't
No,
relevant.
the agenda's actually this one.
Oh,
so that's very worth doing, yeah. Okay, so let's send...
So just to clarify what this one refers to, is this is the... What's this called? The agenda track advances 4 spaces. It's 2 plus the number of players, so that's 2 plus 2. At the end of every round, so every time we both have a turn, and every time it gets to the end of the track, which is basically... Is it hitting the 10 or passing the 10? Presumably it's hitting the 10.
Yeah, when it hits the 10.
When it hits the 10, it resets, but the old one token, is that what that's
this guy, called? The old one token here will advance towards us. When the old one token meets the red token, then the old one spawns on the board, and it's going to have an evil objective, and it's going to make our lives horrible. So ideally what we want is our little gold token there to hit the 8 before... I mean, when the red one hits the 8, that's how we lose.
That's one of the ways we lose.
That's one of the ways we lose. The other way we lose is the black token hits the red token, the elder one spawns, and then finishes its objective.
Yeah, we don't know what its objective is yet, do we?
And Hager says... I remember. Of course you do, Haggers, because it's there on the internet for everyone to see all the time. So, you've all been... God, I need to fix this chat box as well. That's illegible.
So, what do you test? It says here, if you...
So you test your port skill, which is on our crew cards. So I've got an academic who's incredible at that. So I might as well send him. Yeah, because he automatically passes every port test that he does, because he has 9 on port.
Wow.
He's just incredible. And I'm just trying to remember if his erudite... I think his erudite trait gives me bonus clues when I find treasure.
Yes, that's correct. I remember that one.
Are these... Oh, these are indelible traits. No, but these are indelible traits, which are the ones printed on the cards.
Oh, I see.
I was trying to remember what the difference was, and now I've remembered. Yeah, so erudite is here, and it says at the end of... whenever you collect treasure, also collect a clue card. Trading treasures with other players doesn't count. Boo!
That'd be broken.
No, because I think if you... Yeah, because then we could just sit and trade them back and forth forever, yeah. Well, infinite source of...
just until we get enough clues.
That'd be so good.
In the game.
So good. So, there's no... So, I was trying to remember if I needed to send him to the university. I don't. So, I'll send him to do the Saboteur mission, which he automatically succeeds, but I'll roll the dice.
Did he actually automatically succeed?
Well, I need to roll a 9 or less, and this is a D10, but the zero's a 0, not a 10.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so it's actually a D9 with a 0 on it.
How odd.
Yeah. Yeah, and you have to roll under to pass the test, or equal to or under to pass the test.
Are you sure that the 0 is a 10? Not a 10?
I remember that quite particularly.
Okay. Oh yeah, it's green. We can't roll in the green screen box. 6! You did it!
I did it. Incredible.
Yes! So
this guy's going from 8 to 5, so that's good.
Seems crazy you didn't do that.
Yeah.
Before you went to the
I
university.
think it's because what happened was we forgot that the storm was going to appear and just shut the port down.
Yeah, we got excited to complete the act.
Exactly. So then I can do one more thing before I end the act. What I really need to do is repair my ship.
It's surprising until everything costs money, though.
Yeah, and I have no money, so... and I don't even have anything to sell, either.
Rest costs money. Yeah, I don't think there's anything you could do. I think everything costs money. You can draw 3 treasure cards and then not be able to afford to buy any.
I could sell my ample munitions schematic.
Because you haven't built it?
No, I think it just says you can sell treasures and schematics. I can't remember if there's a restriction on that. This is worth 15. I can't remember what we get for selling it.
Mine aren't worth anything. I'm not sure why they're not worth anything, but they're not.
I also have this bronze 18-pound gun, which seems to still be on its schematic side.
Yeah, it looks like it.
Oh.
You never built it. How do you build them? I can't remember that. You build them, how do you, complete schematics?
I think...
Install schematics up
here. Oh,
here.
it's up there. It's in action, right. So if I had money, I could do that. So I've kind of...
Oh, do you get the schematic? You don't pay for the schematic, you pay for the installation, is it?
Yeah, okay. Exactly. So you pay the price on the card. So this is...
Oh, wait, does that mean you could get schematics then? How do you get schematics?
We find them lying around.
Lying around? You can't get them from the marketplace?
What we do is when we're out adventuring, we get ideas. And then when we come back to port, we do something with the ideas.
Sounds like a survival game.
So I've sort of, so I've had some ideas here.
I've got this turnips. Oh, I had the idea for turnip soup and turnip and carrot soup.
What I've got is this idea for an incredible gun, but I need 30 gold to build it.
Yeah.
We also need I also need 30 gold to pay off my crew's wages. So that's a big problem.
I'm at 35.
And having 0 gold is problematic because if an event card comes up that forces us to pay wages, we will just sink immediately. Because we will not be able to pay any crew, and if you go down to 0 crew, you sink.
How do you get money?
Well, we have to find treasures, basically. So I think, I don't think there's anything more meaningful for me to do in town here. I could look at 3 crew cards, but I couldn't hire any of them anyway. So we'll just so we've done the saboteur, which is probably the only thing worth doing. Mm-hmm. Then I'll send somebody over to the university, and I mean the only thing would be to risk gambling.
You haven't got 5 money. Oh yeah,
but
sorry,
I would have had 5 money.
Sorry.
But if I lose, I would have to I would lose 15, and I'd have to fire either the academic and the deckhand or the master.
You lose 20, wouldn't you? It costs 5 to do it.
And then you lose another 10, so I'd be down to 15, which means I could only keep either the master gunner, who's badly hurt. I kind of need to heal him. So I mean, I've also got this problem where everyone's kind of...
Well, is there a logic then to get to risking it? And if you lose, you don't pay the gunner. But if you do, you can afford to heal him.
Yeah, I guess. Okay, let's give it a shot.
He'll be gone though. The gunner will be gone if you can't do this. If you.
Well, the other thing is, if I fail this, I actually don't think I can end the act because I won't have. Oh no, we don't have to pay wages till I end the act, so it's fine.
Yeah, exactly.
Basically, I just have to. I've got 2 rolls.
You could choose not to end the act as well, but I don't know if that's a good idea.
Yeah.
I mean, I have 4 clue tokens. I can end the act on my turn. Because I only need 4 clue tokens. I need 5 clue tokens at the university, but I have... My deckhand is astute, so he only needs 4.
Is there any real advantage to waiting to do that?
No, I don't think there is, actually.
I don't think so. So yeah, it's because it's 5 to 9, and I win an extra 10 coins, basically.
You should have sent him.
No, this is the guy that's blessed, so he gets a reroll.
So, and you want to get 5 to 9.
Yeah, so I've got...
You've got good odds. 2 attempts at that.
Well,
look, how badly do you want a master gunner who...
The mischance is 25%.
Yeah. How badly do you want a master gunner who'll die quite quickly?
Yeah, that's the big problem, really, is... Yeah, okay, fuck it, let's do it. Jesus
This is a terrible idea. So Mike's spending 5 money that should be on... He should have 30 money, basically, before any... Let's just give you back your money. It's probably the easiest thing to do, isn't it?
Yeah. But we're not getting out the deckhand. I'm not going back that far.
No, the deckhand leaves
got to
no
move
matter
on.
what. Whatever, no matter what. Is that 10?
So give me 5 now.
No, you...
Because I had 30. I've just paid 5 to...
Yeah, right.
To go in here.
I have 35, but I spend it to do the thing.
It's a 6.
Hey! Here, have 15 money. So you get a net gain of 10, basically.
Yeah, net gain of 10. Okay, fantastic. So...
So that means you could now send the master... Oh, no, you can't. You have to go to university.
Well, but I would have the other guy. So what I'll do is I'll still lay him off when we get to wages.
Oh, yes.
But I'll just take an extra
This
action.
is a confusing start.
Yeah, I apologize.
Mike had a 4th crew member who he laid off...
As part of the wages.
Because he couldn't afford to keep him. He actually could afford to keep him now, but we're not going to retcon that.
Yeah.
He's going to send the deckhand who he no longer has, but who should be here.
Yeah.
You're going to send him to the hospital, is it? Where's the back street medicine? Or oh no, you want the proper one?
No, I think so he's gonna go and he'd go over there.
Okay.
The master gunner goes in here. And I spend 10.
Which is the extra 10 you had.
Yeah, which is the 10 I just won, in order to recover all of his trauma.
Which is actually, I think it's better to do that than not lay off this deckhand anyway.
Yeah, I mean the deckhand was also quite badly wounded, I think, so like this is just going to kind of keep me in the game a little bit once we get started. I'm also probably going to lose this other deckhand. And then
At least your master gunners are safe now, for a while.
Yes, and that's sort of the key. So then we send the final deckhand to go and do the university, and now we're going to trigger the end of the act. There we go. So there's my clue tokens.
5 clue tokens to advance the discovery track at the university. So that moves this on to the 4th space, which ends the act. The what's this called? I can't. The old one token, is that what it's called?
Pass.
The old one token.
That's that's got to be the elder god. No, that's got to be the adversary token or something, because this is the old god.
The adversary token is automatically moved to catch up with us.
Yeah.
I had 35 money at the end of the last video, which I've already spent at the end of the last video to pay my 35 upkeep. We had scrounged together just enough money. I am looking up the name of that token because it's irritating me. It's called the Enemy Discovery. Oh, wait, it's Player Discovery, Enemy Discovery, Elder One Discovery, and Enemy Agenda.
I mean, it's based.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. Anyway, right. So the other things that we have to do at the end of the act. Actually, I think it's here. Here it is. Yes. So we have done. I think we've done all these already.
Most of them.
So each player collects an order of their choice.
Right, which we skipped last time. So
only if the player ends the act, which we have.
Yeah.
If the enemy discovery token had reached 4 first, then instead you'd advance the Elder One discovery equal to places between the enemy and the player discovery. So however much they beat us by, they go again. If they beat us by 2 spaces, they get another 2 head start into the next act.
Oh, that's ridiculous.
Yeah.
This really.
Oh no, sorry, advance Elder One discovery. That's this one. Sorry. This.
No. This is the agenda token.
No. That's the agenda token. This is Elder One discovery. That's enemy discovery. I think. Oh, unless I mix those 2 up.
Yeah, you've mixed those 2 up. This is definitely agenda.
Elder One discovery.
Oh, then these 2 are just on the wrong track.
Oh. That's not my fault. Unless I put them there, which I might have done. Not sure. Can't remember.
Fingers me. Let's not blame anyone.
Okay, right. So So what token do we want?
I'm contemplating moving. There's also these fleet tokens.
Oh, what do they do?
They're wilds, but they're 1 use only.
Oh, that's fine.
So there's a wild token that's 1 use only that you can take, or you can have one of the matching ones. I'm tempted to. I kind of want a cannon token, just because.
I'm not taking a cannon.
I feel like there could be a time where I have a decent cannons.
I'm absolutely not taking a cannon token. I remember that I'd set myself up an amazing crew who have to board, but haven't got any cannons. Cannons.
Yep.
So I either want a crew or a navigation, and I can't remember which. Sorry, I can't remember. I can't decide which. Crew's great because you can move your crew around a lot more, but then again, the more you have your crew out on the deck, on those navigation tiles, the more strain they take. What do you think? Do you guys take crew or navigation? I have 3 crew, only 2 navigation. So
yeah, so it feels like navigation is the sort of the natural choice.
I
then.
think so. Yeah, I'm going to take a navigation, please.
All right.
It's a sailing game. I want to sail. Thank you kindly.
Exactly. I'm gonna take a. I'm not gonna get. Oh, but if I do I mean, I don't feel like I've ever felt like I was short crew or navigation. So I'm gonna take the cannon.
It doesn't say on the quick thing, so I'm just checking. Does it go into your? Does it go into your? It doesn't say here either.
Whether it goes into your fresh orders or issued orders?
Yep.
Oh, it's got to go into fresh orders. Come on.
I think so. Otherwise, what would be the? Yeah, it doesn't say as far as I can tell. So cool. We're going to assume the thing that helps us, which I never do in co-op games. But if I had to bet my life on this binary choice, I would bet that it goes into your unspent.
Well, you also only get it as a reward for having done well.
Exactly. So it would be very strange if it didn't. Right. Okay.
Plus, there's so many ambiguous rules in this game. If we assume the Grim rule for everything, would be so dead.
What's the Grim rule? Is that Gloomhaven?
The Grim rule is
Gloomhaven, isn't it? Said that. I think they have that.
I think that it's originally from Kingdom Death, isn't it?
Always assume the thing that hurts you. I use it for co-ops in general, as you know. Right, next is Pale Crew Ages. We've done that. Shuffle all new story cards, respectively, and place them face down on top of the decks, turned 90 degrees. So that's every time we hit certain thresholds on these tracks, or the enemy token, actually, either token, we've been moving stuff from story... stacked, prepared story things from the event cards we've drawn onto the top of their respective decks. That happens again now.
Story cards.
You might remember I have a story card that Mike drew in his turn for an expedition. So it's gone to my next time I go an expedition. This is basically a stacked deck essentially. That I will definitely get that next card. Place player and enemy discovery on the end of the act space. We've done that. That basically means that whoever's behind catches up. And then spawn a storm equal to the size of the new act, which is a size 2 storm. It doesn't say where, but
it goes under the active player.
Yes, and that's why it messed up the.
So I could put it any orientation from here. Actually, I think.
Yes, I assume so.
So, I think this is probably the best orientation, simply because
you don't need to go this way.
Yeah, we're not going to go down there. I mean, there's an enemy spawn here. We can't really do anything about that.
Well, the last thing we do is spawn an enemy ship on an enemy spawn tile.
Yeah.
So that's the
we've
only
got. We should have a deck of enemy ships. Seems to be only 2. So here we'll go and pick an enemy ship, I guess.
This one.
Nice. All right. Well, you found us a model for the Wicked Brigadine.
The Wrecked Wicked Brigadine.
The Wicked Brigadine. I started saying wrecked, and then I realized I'd misread it.
Yeah.
So.
I can't remember where the enemy ships are.
This shoots sideways and backwards. Its destination is the closest altar. I can't remember what happens when they reach their destination.
They get
agenda points.
They get advancement. Yeah. We want to kill it. We can't ignore it, but it's bad, obviously. Yeah.
Well, the problem with this is that that closest destination is pretty nearby.
I think these enemy ships are all the same.
Yeah, I don't think that it's. I don't think it matters. There's probably some number tokens over here we'll use to identify them, but we don't really need to.
Not at present.
At present. So, I don't know, I've started it pointing north, but it actually... The nearest altar is here, unless we don't count destroyed altars, in which case it's here.
Oh, I don't think you count destroyed altars.
Resolved altars. Great, well then let's go ahead and give it a destination token, which is one of these boys.
It's a big
here.
chunky token, isn't it?
Oh, is it? Okay.
Yeah, I think so. I think it's a big red token.
Yeah, it's a big red token.
Found them. So I remember if we move into the tile that contains that altar, it spawns an enemy in your ship.
Yeah, and then when you sit on the altar, it also spawns stuff, doesn't it?
Yep. Right. Yes. Yeah. When you go into it, you spawn enemies equal to the current act, and if you kill them, you purge the altar. Basically, I think that's what solved.
Yeah, I feel like that's how we purged that altar.
All right.
Okay, brilliant.
So that's it. We're now to Act 2. It's still your turn. Your turn didn't end.
But I also have nothing left to do.
You have all your orders.
Oh yeah, that's right. I can just leave port and do more stuff.
You haven't been doing. You've just been doing. You've just been resolving port at the top of your turn. You started in the port.
Yeah, for some reason in my mind, a port action was like a whole turn, which is wrong. No, very wrong.
You've literally got up to 7 things you can do, and then I'll refresh 3 orders at the start of my turn. I'll have 7 things I can do potentially as well.
Okay, so I guess we'll leave port. It says here, storms impose the same movement penalties as rough sea.
But change direction hurts.
So I'm going to take a damage when I move out of port, which is bad.
Oh, do you?
Yeah.
Just for moving?
No, sorry, when I move out of storm.
No, it says, change direction and moving in and out. Okay. But you won't take a damage for change direction because you can choose your facing when you leave port, and that's not the same.
I also think I already chose my direction because my ship's facing this way, and I think it's just gonna like sail off into the unknown.
It doesn't matter. You can face whichever way you want anyway as you leave.
So the question now is when I sail out of port here and start exploring, am I going to explore Act 2 tiles? I assume yes. So
we couldn't remember, could we?
If we have to finish off the Act 1 deck, I don't think
we
so.
We have one Act 1 tile left. I think if we can't find the answer, since we only have one left, we'll just make the executive decision that we move on, probably, right?
Yeah, I think you probably do.
What are they called? C tiles? You reckon?
They're here. They're called map tiles.
Map tiles, thank you.
But in the meantime, all 3 of my crew come back onto my ship here from the port, and they're all going to go below deck for the moment. And we'll put... Who's got strain? Deckhand. Right, okay, this is supposed to be the guy that's being decommissioned. So here's our academic. Here's our deckhand who can go into the cabins and recover strain. I might as well leave the academic on the dinghy, just in case I decide to do some exploring. He also hates being above deck because he is...
It doesn't say in that section. I'm just going to check the explore section.
I think I also should actually have a strain on the Master Gunner from visiting port.
What's the name of the action that you take to scout ahead? Is it called scouting, or what's it called?
Explore, I think.
It's called an explore action.
I believe so. Anyway, while Chris does that, I'll take a fatigue on the deckhand to discard a strain at the cabins. And then I'm going to spend one of these actions here to move this deckhand onto navigation. And we'll spend another one of these to move Master Gunner onto navigation and guns. I can still fire out my butt.
I mean, in the booklet, it's called revealing new map tiles. Here we go. Okay.
Not just a clever name.
Each act has a limited number of map tiles that players can reveal, indicated by the tile's act number. And once all map tiles of an act have been placed, players can discover no more maps until the next act begins. That's all it says.
That sounds like we move on.
Map tiles are drawn in ascending order. If a new act begins before all previous acts maps have been revealed, continues to draw from the previous until exhausted. Okay.
Okay.
Well, at least we know.
At least we found out. So I've done I've done 2 orders here. Now I'm doing a navigation order. And explore is also part of navigation, isn't it?
So you have to have someone in the crow's nest.
You have to have someone.
Oh, so
in the
when you
crow's
leave
nest.
port, everyone automatically goes below deck.
Yep, which they did. And
you've
paid to move
that's
that.
what you were doing.
But we'll
So
put
you
the deckhand
should-
up here.
Yeah, exactly. You had to have someone there, otherwise you can't explore.
Yeah. So we'll do that.
So it costs a navigation. So now you spend navigation. So you've got one navigation point just for spending the token,
and one
a second one for the gunner being at the stern. It costs 1 navigation point to do your scouting, to look at your
So I'll get 1 movement, and then I'll get 1. So I'll get 1 movement to move out here, which damages my ship. So now I have to roll the fate die to see where the damage is.
Oh, do you not want to look down here? Because if you go out here, you then have to go back on yourself to get here, whereas you just go straight down here. I feel you can.
So we can start
Only if you agree. It's just
no. I mean, yeah, I guess so. It seems. I think I just.
Also, you can scout here, and if you don't like it, you can just not go there.
Mm-hmm. But then I have to turn around in the storm and take more damage.
That's true. Yeah. There's a positive and negative to my suggestion.
All right, let's begin by scouting then, rather than moving.
So you just grab that then.
So I just grab this last level 1 tile here, and I get a clue token.
There you go. Oh, sorry. I need to zip this up because I keep hitting the rail. It's getting a nasty sound.
I found a port.
Excellent.
And also what is
Shipwreck.
that? Shipwreck and a port, Festibury.
That's good. That can get you stuff to sell in Festibury.
Yeah, hopefully we'll land at the port, the shipwreck. We'll find loads of awesome goods. It's just a roll on the spoils table, though, isn't it? At the shipwreck.
I think so. Yeah, shipwrecks. Landing on shipwrecks reward the player with 1 roll on the spoils table.
Right, you just kept rolling money, and I kept rolling absolute bupkis. That's what I remember about this.
I thought I just actually while I'm at it, I want to check how bad it is if that enemy ship gets to its destination.
So I'll spend my second point of movement to go onto the shipwreck, and then I can't remember what I have to spend to actually explore the shipwreck.
You just roll and then
Landing on a shipwreck, reward the player with 1 roll on the spoils table.
Yeah.
Great. So we do that, and then we mark it off as done. So here we go. Yeah, that's a 6. A 6 is a 6 is artillery schematic.
That's how you've been getting them, obviously.
Oh, God damn it. I don't need another schematic that I can't afford to make. How do we know which ones are artillery?
Artillery's these ones. As opposed to these ones.
Oh, okay, so it's an actual gun.
Yeah, it'll be a gun or a ram or something. That kind of thing. It could be a ram.
That's the baddies deck. Oh, here we go. So we've got... What are these? These are just more schematics. Oh, this is the schematics discard pile. There we go. No, these are the starting ones. Hang on. Yeah, these are the shitty starting artillery schematics. These are all buildings. I've lost the schematics for guns.
Is that them over there?
Oh, yeah, they're up there. Okay, cool. Yeah.
That's why I'm here, folks.
That's why Chris is here. There we go. So, this is the top card from that deck, which happens to be a Minion Drakes. It's port, starboard. It's a tiny little gun. That can go in port.
It's
or
basically
starboard.
a slightly stronger version of starting gun.
Yeah.
So just so you know, if an enemy ship reaches destination, the agenda advances equal to the ship's remaining health. How much health does that ship have?
It has 5 plus...
Number of players?
Yeah, 5 plus the number of players, so 7.
Oh, that's a lot.
That's a lot.
If it was like 3, I was going to say maybe we can just ignore it and because you just gave us back 3, but we have to like deal with that.
Yeah.
So it'll come towards us if it's engagement range of us, but if it's not engagement range of us, it will go to the destination. It'll head toward the destination.
Right. And its engagement range is actually all the spots behind it.
Well, it can move, right?
Oh yeah, and that depends on what it rolls.
So it says
it rolls 2 dice.
So if it will use its movement results to attempt to position itself to fire upon its target, but if it basically.
I also have to roll to destroy my ship, which I forgot about.
Destroyer. Oh, I see. Yes, because you
I moved out of the thing.
Yeah.
So that's 8. It's already destroyed. Can't remember. I think
I can't. This is the type of thing we can't remember after a year.
I think you move up or down the numbers, if I remember correctly.
Your ship taking damage and destroying.
I think it goes to 9 or 7.
I'll check. Taking damage, destroying nodes. Page 16. Here it is. If a node is destroyed, if it's already taken it, then the next numerically descending.
To 7.
If this is not possible, the next numerically ascending.
And I guess repeat, if not possible. Okay, cool. So,
yeah,
the back of my ship is practically fallen off. It's fine, don't worry about it. The ready, steady sail is all good.
Alright, where are we at?
I think I might be done. I've still got more tokens, so I could do more.
But you only refresh 3 every round anyway.
Yeah,
right?
and I'm not really sure what I would do. I didn't find any valuable spoils, so there's not really much point in me going to Festibury. So the only thing I could do is attempt to navigate through the dangerous ocean here to get to this ship and help you destroy it.
Yeah. I mean, I am... Yeah, we'll have to see.
How do you think... Oh, quick... Oh, I mean, but the other thing is if I stay on the island, I don't have to draw a sea event, which is nice.
You can stay in the shipwreck.
Yeah, they're almost always bad. But what I could do is spend a navigation point to move 1, and then I'm trying to remember, is it 2 in and 2 out?
You have no points. You have to spend a token.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Sorry.
Oh, it's 2 in, not 2 out.
It's 2 in, not 2 out.
Yes.
Okay,
I
so...
believe.
It just says movement points are doubled. But I don't remember that.
I'm pretty sure it's only in.
I remember it just being one way. Because the thing is, if I could get 2 movement, I could rotate and then move in here and actually shoot at this guy.
That'd be excellent if you could do that.
Yeah.
I found the relevant page. Stand by. All navigation point costs are doubled in a rough sea.
Right.
That
So
doesn't
that's
answer the question.
I think it does in a way because I'm not in it yet.
That suggests that
Moving around
moving-
and leaving it only.
That's just moving into it is actually just one.
Yeah,
And
that's what I'm
out.
saying. Yeah, because I'm not in it yet.
Yeah. Looks like it.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. That's because that's what I remembered actually. So I think that's right. That's fine. It just means I'm going to be stuck here for a while. But that's okay. So what we'll do then is we'll spend another movement point, and we'll
Navigation point.
We'll spend one to rotate the shippy like this, and then the race city sail moves on forward into the rough seas. And now I'm in range to fire my neglected chase gun. Oh, I can't.
Because of the facing?
Nope,
You haven't got some in the artillery section?
because my gun is destroyed. So it doesn't even matter. I can't fire out the bow currently because the ship's damaged.
That's...
So actually the only guns I can currently fire are out of my rear. And
Well, he'd have to be there anyway, wouldn't he?
Do you need someone on the point to fire it?
I think so.
Well, I've still got one more movement, so I could.
But you can't fire anyway, because... Oh, you can use that on the stern, though, as well. But you have to, like, turn completely away from it.
Yeah, I'd have to, like, sail in here and then turn around, which could
Yeah,
double
it's not-
cost
it's not
because it's
happening.
rough sea. No, this is not, unfortunately, not feasible. So we'll probably just end our turn here, because then we can
Yeah, I think so.
maybe reposition based on what it does. And also...
Well, looks like I'll be boarding.
Alright, so I'll end my turn here. I don't have to draw a sea event card because I'm on the island, so I'll just let it be your turn.
Got the
Oh,
board.
and everyone above deck takes a strain.
Yes, indeed.
Oh, do I want to move my deckhand below deck because strain sucks, and he's also almost dead. I'm loath to spend another action. Probably shouldn't have taken these cannons. It's fine. It's fine for now.
How many enemies do you spawn when you board? Doesn't say. It just says spawn enemies with act values equal to the current value. Current act.
Well, that means if you draw 1, then you would spawn a second enemy, and if you draw 2, you wouldn't.
We need to draw one.
Well, the enemies have act values, and it's Act 2 now. So if you drew a level 1 enemy from the
Oh, I
deck,
see what you mean.
you
Yeah,
draw
yeah,
a second.
Yeah,
And
so
then
it's
you-
like one big or two small, maybe, or potentially a small and then a big.
Yeah, I guess so.
If you get yeah,
I guess it's keep drawing until you hit the current act value, right?
I guess so.
Well, it says
I guess it
equal
hasn't
to.
mattered yet because we've only been in Act 1, right? So
Yeah.
we've just been drawing one enemy.
Yeah.
Thus. Anywho, so is it me?
Yep, I've just got to ditch this and also refresh these 3.
So the one I have thought of a reason. It would have meant you not being able to leave port, but the only reason to potentially have had me actually end the act was I also could have gone gambling and healed my occultist, who's also very hurt. But unfortunately, I'm gonna have to leave and try and get money elsewhere and come back to a port later.
Oh, yeah, because you wouldn't have had to pay wages.
Yeah, but it is what it is. Right, so I will go. Do I get a denizen card drawn because I'm starting at port? I looked this up. I forgot the answer. Hang on. Where is it? Port. Where are you? Port denizen is 23. Whenever a player navigates or begins turn in port, reveal the top denizen.
So in this case, I'm actually going to reveal one of these 2 denizen cards because they are both story cards.
And
that
if one of them, if it's yours, we just stack it.
I'll
ready.
stack it
Yeah.
here, and if it's yours, I'll read it to you. But I'm pretty sure it'll be yours because I don't think I have them. It is 21, which I believe is one of yours.
So that's the continuation, just because it's been 50 weeks and 6 days. I'll just remind you what happened. Hang on, this is a continuation of another card as well.
Oh my god.
Wait, no, it's not. Sorry, no, it's not. Apologies.
Previously on.
Oh, it is, yeah. Okay. So, I do remember this. A monster. So we while we were at sea. Yes.
This is the one where you're like, don't judge him by his looks.
Yes.
And then he gave you vast wealth.
while we were at sea, a monster was able to appear on the deck, and I chose to listen to him instead of rebuffing him. He told us his terrible tales. It gave me 2 clues. I then later, when I went to a port, it looks like when I went to a port at some point, I'm just scanning it so I can give you the abridged version. We seemed to ask people about the tale he'd said. One of the more amiable shopkeepers points me in the direction of an inn known for its superstitious nature, cautioning that such information is never cheap. So the inn he pointed us to was obviously over at this port. So we're going to go to the inn to see if anyone knows the tales that this creature told us, I guess.
Some carefully distributed financial coercion laid bare a network of corruption. Cultists and acolytes devoted to the Fathom King have established furtive cadres in many ports and harbors. Choosing their victims carefully from the swathes of degenerates that buzz like flies about the places of vice allowed them to avoid arousing suspicion. Fortunately, the degeneracy had not spread to the local constabulary, and it was not too late to wrestle this particular borough from the cultists' grasp. Yet, who could tell precisely how far their malign net has been cast? Retreat enemy discovery 1.
Sweet.
Oh, that's not enemy discovery. That's agenda.
Oh, it's this one?
Yeah.
Oh my god. This is because I saw the story through.
And we finally finished something here on Race to Play. I'm so excited.
We finished something. Wow, so it was just I don't understand why that's the end of this tale. The creature's life left a stain in your soul. Having squandered his natural life in the depths of vice and approaching an early grave, he fell prey for acolytes of the undergod passing as missionaries. You now stand in that very town, but the locals remain reluctant to converse with outsiders.
They were the cult that cursed him, and then you uncovered the cult. They cursed him and turned him into the monster.
I guess I'm confused why we didn't fight them. I don't know. We just discovered his...
You hired the police to do it.
Oh, is that what it said? We hired
that's the constabulary.
Oh, I see. Well, yeah, I know what the constabulary is. When constabulary duties to be done,
you outed them.
Lot is not a happy one. Oh, cool, we snitched. Nice.
Good.
I'm surprised we haven't gotten a stitch, that's all. I was surprised there was no fight. I'm surprised that was too helpful.
Well, you already did like 2 parts of it, right?
Yeah, but the second part just meant spending money to get the information. Yeah. And the first part just involved listening to him instead of...
So you made the right choices. To be fair, though, the final card was quite difficult to read. So...
What do you mean?
Well, it was quite difficult to read the text.
Why?
The sentences were running on... Like, they're run-on sentences. Oh, I see. So I had to overcome that challenge.
So at least that's done. I have no money, though. So I'm not actually going to be doing anything. Oh, going to university. I mean, there's no reason not to, right?
Yeah.
So I'll send the deck down to university because I can spend 4 tokens with him instead of 5.
Yep.
To advance the player discovery. So we now are 1/4 of the way to winning Act 2.
Huzzah!
And the whole game, therefore.
I have 1 clue.
And then I'm going to leave port, unfortunately. Oh, sorry, at the start of my turn, these orders should all have refreshed.
You know, I'm looking at the Wicked Brigadine, and it's only got 2 dice. So even if it rolls 2 movement every time, it's still going to be 3 turns before it can get to the destination.
Yeah.
Presuming it ignores rough seas. So it might not be that big a problem.
Maybe not. Well, I mean, I was planning on having a look down here to see what's down there, right?
Oh, yeah, okay. To explore the final bottom tile.
So all my guys return to below deck. When I leave port, I only have 1 damage. My ship's in good nick. It's just that I've got most of my people are relatively healthy.
Yeah, your ship's in much better nick than mine. Mine's been...
But one of my guys is pretty hurt. When Hearty, the cook, Hearty, where are they?
They're on the back of the spoils thing. So Hearty is at the end of your turn. All crew on the same deck as the cook recover a strain, not including the cook.
Yeah, but I couldn't remember when it happened. Okay, Grant. So I will choose my facing to be this way, which is south. And I'm going to spend a crew token. 1 crew token just means 1 person, right?
Yep, 1 person, 1 spot.
So the occultist needs to stay down below. Because otherwise he'll die. I think I'll probably...
He can take 2 more hits.
And then die. He can take 1 more hit. Yeah. And then I think the cook and the surgeon will go up. And then what that means is I can... Because the cook... That means only the cook will actually get strained then. What's diligent do?
Is it in? Is it? It's another indelible trait. At the end of your turn, all crew on the same deck as the surgeon recover a trauma.
Oh, that's amazing.
How come you've got all the cool traits that heal people?
That's incredible. Wait, so
is that diligent? Wow.
So wait, at the end of the last video, did the occultist have 4 damage on him? And I removed one, or did I forget to remove one?
Well, it's at the end of your turn.
Yeah, so...
So at the end of the last video was my turn.
No, but my turn immediately previous to that. Are you actually going to check?
I can.
Did my occultist have 4 wounds on him? Brace. It's fine. Right, in that case, I should keep the occultist below deck with the surgeon then, for sure. Which means my deckhand, who I really don't want to lose because he's the one who helps us with clues, and the cook are going to have to go up. So the cook will go in the navigation, and the deckhand will go in the crow's nest. That costs 2 crew points to move both of them. Are you
I mean, I'm not going to...
it's going to be back before that.
Oh, unclear then. At some point, that guy just took like 3 damage somehow.
But did he ever have 4 on him?
Oh.
Just go back like there. No, a bit further back.
I mean, I don't know, because here, he's got 3. There he's got 3.
Is that before... Is that on my turn? If so, he should have lost one, basically. The surgeon should have taken one off him. This is what we got. This is how dedicated we are to making sure the gameplay is accurate.
Well, it's unclear if he's on the right deck for that.
No, it was how it was at the end of the game, which was the occultist was... the occultist was up top, was he? No, the cook was up top with the... I have the photo you sent. I have the photo. Hang on. Oh no, he was up top. He was up top with the cook.
That's why.
Don't worry about it, everybody. It's all good. But he will heal now at the end of this round, which is amazing. Do I want to leave the cook down below and do I need a sec? I have actually...
You got the movement tokens, right? So you could just spend the tokens.
If the cook stayed down here, he'd recover, or she'd recover a trauma as well. At the end of the round. That's just what I'm thinking.
Yep, just make the deckhand run the whole ship.
That's his job. That's his job.
Bucket man.
No, it's fine. The cook actually has oh wow, the surgeon has 6 health as well. God, this surgeon's great.
Yep.
He is a degenerate, unfortunately.
He's what?
He is a degenerate, unfortunately. But you see, I think it's quite harsh to say that he has to go to the inn to gamble every time he goes to port because he's a degenerate. I think he's got post-traumatic stress disorder from having to like hack off limbs and stuff to save people's lives.
Seems reasonable to me.
I'll leave it this way for now. Right.
So what you're saying is he's self-medicating?
Yes, but not in an unhealthy, unconstructive way. But it's fine. Right, I'm going to draw an axe so I'm using my first... I'm spending navigation token. I'm spending the first point of navigation with my deckhand in the crow's nest to reveal, if you wouldn't mind, the first Act 2 tile. Again, it says I get one.
Here. 1 second while I just set up the table camera. There we go. That should be a little bit brighter.
I get 1 clue token as per the back of it.
Right. So the first level 2 ship tile, the map tile. It's got... Oh, it's a port. You've just sailed right into a port.
Oh, that's helpful.
I guess. I don't know. If you don't have any money, port's kind of...
Oh, yes, it is. That's not helpful.
So that's Blightwater. And there's a shipwreck in the bottom corner and 2 pieces of rough ocean as well.
I mean, the shipwreck's useful for trying to get money. I might go there. I don't know.
Yeah, but it's not even that good. The explorations are much... Oh, no, wait. That's... Is that an island or a shipwreck?
That's an island. Yours was a ship. Oh, wait, yours is an island?
Yeah, mine's an island, too.
Oh, no.
We're both straight up islands. Okay. Well, that's fine. What I'll do is I'll just put my stupid schematic back and I'll just resolve it next turn.
Do you want to resolve it now? We can just jump back to you.
Yeah, sure. Not much has happened, has it?
I'm just going to move into a port. That's it. And I got 1 navigation point left. Oh, sure, I haven't. If I want to move into that, port, I've got a navigation token left. Let's see. What you want.
Well, why don't we finish your turn if it's not going to affect anything, and then we can just quickly do my exploration for the end.
Sure, yeah. I guess I'll move into the port.
Yeah, the islands are worth going to, I think, even though it's a bit far away.
They get clues and stuff.
And also moving into the port means you won't get a sea event, which
I do get another denizen card now from moving into this port. You can move. You can do it multiple ports per turn, just not the same port in one turn.
But your degenerate will have to do degenerates. Yes. That's
true. He could. Oh, but it all costs money. But I haven't got the money to do it.
Oh. It says they must gamble or drink, but you can't afford it. So, by the same token of you can't spend money you don't have, can't spend money you don't have.
Yeah, I think so, right?
Yeah.
Right. So, yeah. So I mean, I might as well go there. I think I'll just end my turn because I should. I will end my turn.
What's the point? Otherwise, you'll just sail out and then have a sea event, and those can be good actually.
Well, I can. Oh, denizen. We have denizen first, actually.
Yeah, denizen card first. So here we go.
Wait, hang on, is it a story?
No, I forgot how this game works. It's 67.
I think that must be yours.
Oh, it is mine actually.
Okay, so you just take that, and then you draw the next one for me.
Annis Wareham, Festibury, passenger. The sooner you can get me to Festibury, the better. This town and I no longer see eye to eye, and the sooner we can depart, the better. Well, you're not. We haven't Oh, Festibury's over here.
I was hoping it was the one next.
Yeah, I was about to say. I don't want to have to look up what happens if the passenger wants to go to the tile you drew it on. Now, Festibury's this one over here, so Chris would have. Well, that's kind of good.
I'll probably be heading that way.
Blow that guy up and then go over there. Yeah, seems like a good thing. So if you pick her up and drop her off, you'll get 2 clues and 25 coins.
Oh, I'm totally doing that.
The sooner you can get me to Festibury, the better. This town and I no longer see eye to eye, and the sooner we can depart, the better. She just likes to say the better, huh? And if you can give me a good room, the better. And if everyone won't bother me while we're en route, the better.
So it doesn't even have an action space, does it?
No, so I think you can just take it.
Put it in passenger.
Oh yeah, that's right. We have a limited number of passengers, don't we?
Annis Wareham.
It's possibly just 1.
I think it might be 1. That's excellent. I will 100% be doing that. Oh, great. Yeah. At least I know what I'm doing now. That's giving me kind of like a goal.
Yeah.
What I'm trying to decide is, do I want to move people back below deck so that they recover? Well, actually, so.
Paul's just dropped into chat to say hi. He says day off work then, and I'd like to say, Paul, this is my job, man. I have a Patreon.
Day off work.
Yeah, we're doing a day of working on the show. Diligently. No idea what this game is. Is it any good? Paul, you would hate it. The rules are way too ambiguous for you. You would not like it.
I had a day off work, and Mike was like, hey, do you want to spend a day off work doing other work?
And Chris very kindly volunteered. Yeah, well, we've taken the day off our day job. Well, Chris doesn't work on Tuesdays. I've taken the day off my day job.
I do sometimes work on Tuesdays. Yeah. It just depends.
Yeah,
it just depends.
But yeah, we're finishing Everrain, which may or may not, which is arguably a day off.
Spoilers for final thoughts. Is that right? If I move the cook, you see, the cook below deck, then she'll heal a wound as well. Is that a waste?
It's quite hard to value these actions.
I think I'm gonna do that. That's quite good. I think the cook is useful because the cook reduces strain. Well, actually, here's the other thing though, right? If I go here, right, with the cook and draw 3 treasures and then can't actually buy any of them, she gets returned below deck at the end of the round.
But they all go back below deck when you leave port.
When I leave, yeah, but I'm not leaving this return.
Oh, I see what you mean.
But can I just exploit that rule now to send her?
I wonder if the rules ambiguities. I wonder if it means they all go below deck when you
leave port, they go below deck. That's clear as day.
That's clear as day. Okay,
Yeah.
so if you end your turn in port, that's not true. But they still wouldn't take strain for being above deck, would they?
No, you don't take strain in port. It's only at sea you take strain. But what basically I want to, if I go here at the end of my turn, when it becomes your turn, the port board is cleared.
Yeah.
Because you might go to port.
Yeah.
I mean, where does she go? Basically.
I think given that you could basically just do a bunch of sort of redundant actions, like you could go to install schematics and install none, I presume. You could go to hire crew. There's at least 2 actions you can do here that cost nothing. And given that I don't want to do the admin of revealing the tiles if you have no intention of buying them, I would happily let you just move 2 people under deck.
Oh yeah. If you are if exploiting that rule is like not a complete cheat. But if it's within the rules, what I'm wondering. Same crucial locations. Locations and services. I'm just trying to see where it says where you put them back. Engaging. The act of sending a crew to port does not cost anything, but the services that you engage in most likely will.
This is so close to being a very cool game, Paul. It's so close.
It doesn't say.
Yeah, I'm not surprised.
Once the players conclude their business in port, all crew that went to port are returned anywhere below deck, and face-up dens and cars discarded.
Given that
that's it says once you've concluded your business in port, but this is under the header of departing from port.
Well, what I would say, I would rule it this way. I would say because you cannot.
Oh no, sorry. Departing port is not the same as setting out from port. They may continue their turn, providing there are fresh orders to issues, and players may set out from port in a direction.
Right.
So it can. I mean, it's ambiguous, like we said, Paul. But yeah, it definitely. My interpretation is that you absolutely can send them in there just to cheat them back under deck.
Yeah, I would argue. I would state that basically, if you're going to end your turn in port, you can put as many below deck as you want.
Yeah, that seems to be what's happening. So I'm going to put them all in the same place, below deck.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Because they go there anyway at the end of the right. So that means at the end of my turn, the occultist heals a wound. What's it called? Trauma.
Yep.
The cook heals a trauma from the surgeon. The surgeon does not heal the trauma because it doesn't work on themselves. And then the cook hearty heals the deckhand strain. So there we go.
Nice. All right. Cool. So then I'm just going to quickly resolve the explorer that I forgot to do.
Yep. So grab the explorer thing. I will get the optional right. So
where's the explorer?
Instead of launching expeditions the usual way, players instead use the exhaustive expedition. More thorough exploration of islands can yield greater rewards, but not without greater risk.
Can I have the randomizer? I think it's the middle one. No, it's not. It's the other one. Sorry, my bad.
Oh yeah, so it is.
So these all need to go face down.
Place an island board next to the on-deck section of the ship's player board, which you have done. Randomly deal the exhaustive expedition token to each node, with all question marks facing up. Starting with any of the nodes connected to the board shore on the right hand side, the player will now move all crew in the dinghy or the ship's boat. The dinghy only takes one person, I believe. Yep. So whoever you want to send.
It's the academic. He's in the dinghy the whole time.
The crew of choice suffers 1 strain on each node that a token. Crew of choice suffers 1 strain on each node that a token is revealed, and the cycle is repeated. Move crew, reveal and resolve tokens, and end. Okay, that's it basically. Yep.
So basically, the academic is going to set off onto the island exploration, and the question here is how much strain am I willing to take with him, because he can't really be above deck anyway. He takes 2 if he ends his turn on deck. So
is that his negative trait?
He's also only got 4 health, so it's a bit risky.
You can only reveal 3 then.
Yeah, if I reveal a 4th, I will die, right?
Yeah. Basically.
So that sounds like we're going.
What happens if you get to the end?
Then you resolve a exploration event card, right?
There. Oh yeah, it looks like it.
I think that's what that is.
The various things that can happen is you can spawn enemies, and you can also there's good and bad stuff going on. So basically, choose one of these 3 and start see what happens.
Well, given that we want to do 2, let's go on the outside.
You want to do 2?
2 question mark tokens and then an event card, right?
Oh sure, yeah. If you want beeline it, yeah, then
Yeah.
sure.
Well,
you can.
There's no every other direction is either one or more than two. Oh no, I could go around.
Can you start
No,
on
I
this
can't.
one?
No, you start at one of these
Okay.
4 spots and follow the
Oh, but
lines.
you can head straight back home from there, though. I think. Yeah.
You don't have to go back home. Once you get
Why does this line exist?
the minute you get to this spot, you resolve the event card exploration
Why
card.
does this line exist?
That line.
Yep.
So you can go straight from the ship to this token to the end.
Oh, that's why. That's what I said. Can you go straight there?
Oh yeah, and then you could go straight home. But then I'd only get 1 token, right? So I want
Well,
to
no,
pick.
you can go here and then back around. You can do what you
Yeah,
want.
but if I go from... Oh, I see what you mean, go here. And I don't know if you can go backwards.
The player now moves all crew in the day to move to one or more of these nodes and reveals and resolves all tokens on node with crew present. The crew suffers
Revealed?
a strain.
Oh.
Suffer a strain.
I mean, the way we were resolving it last time was that you had to go to a node with a token on it.
Move crew, reveal and resolve tokens, suffer strain.
Ambiguous again. That's fine. We'll just go this way. It doesn't even really matter.
Crews must always move from right to left, and only between nodes on a dotted path.
Yeah, so right to left. They must move right to left. That's it.
Yeah.
So,
Alright, so you're going there to start with. Let's see what you get.
we're moving right to left? Yes, we are.
Yeah. For sure.
I mean, we could have put this on the other side of the boat, but... Well, you can't. But, yeah, it's fine. It doesn't matter. Oh, what is this symbol?
That symbol is... Oh, that's so annoying. Oh, it actually is still helpful, but it would be better to get it later. All crew on the node... Oh, no, it's just useless. Recover 2 strain.
Oh, god damn it! Well, do I take a strain after?
Oh, yes, what's the order? Good point. A crew of choice suffers 1 strain on each node that a token is revealed.
And then a token's
A crew
revealed.
of choice? No, that a token is revealed. And the cycle's repeated.
Okay, so now I get to heal 2 strain and then I have to take a strain.
Resolve all tokens on the nodes with crew present, and yeah, it's the wrong way around. It's the best.
God damn it. Alright, well then, that's a bit of a bummer. We'll head on to the next one. Mighty exploration. Please reward me with treasures. Whoop. Oh, that's just the early event card.
Draw and resolve an expedition card. This immediately ends the expedition.
Yep.
Well,
God, that's the exact same as my last expedition. My last expedition happened the exact same way.
Where are the expedition decks?
So, he just comes back, I guess. This is done.
The expedition's the one that hasn't. It's that one on the right there. Can you reach that?
Okay. Oh, yeah. Here we go.
Yeah.
Boo.
Something unnatural is at play here. Whispers carry on the wind, uttering secrets and confidences that none could know. Following the whispering leads you to a clearing with an enormously intricate pattern etched across the sand, and though you disturb them as you enter, the lines reappear anew. This is not a good place. Test palm tree.
Test palm tree?
Yes. What does that
Oh,
mean?
I'm so bad at palm tree.
Oh, it's a skill. I see. Oh, it's island skill. Okay. Great. You shouldn't have sent him on the expedition.
No, I forgot we had to do this.
You have a guy with 8 who actually had as much health, effectively, and would have recovered the 2 strain.
But he wasn't in the dinghy.
Yeah, true. Still. Oh!
Passed!
Mike's inability to roll high numbers is finally useful. Well done. You manage to lead all to safety and are quick to make note of interesting things uttered by the whispers. Collect 2 clues.
Boom.
You smashed that. Well done.
Nice.
We've been discarding them underneath, haven't we? Although we have the game top where we actually have plenty of room.
Yes. Can I have 2 clues?
You can, of course.
Yay! Yes, this is much less messy than last time. Although it's still a pretty messy game.
Right, left. So that was...
That was the end of my turn, so we're actually into the enemies now.
Hello, Cade.
Welcome, welcome.
Yes, so that then I've resolved my turn. It's actually back to you now.
Now it's the enemy
now
activation.
Now it's the end of the round.
Yeah, and then it's going to be you, because
Then
we
it'll
passed
be
the
me.
first player marker.
That's quite right, actually. Yes, indeed. So, quick reference. Round... Okay, so, roll the fate die and move storms.
Oh god, we haven't had to do this before.
I'm assuming we've rolled a fate die every time.
No, we haven't had a storm before.
Well, the fate die is separate from moving storm.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, I think so. It just says,
I assumed that was roll the fate die to determine where the storm goes.
Oh, possibly. I'm just looking for the end of round.
But the fate die is just a D10, so I don't know how that... Ooh.
Round order.
Oh, I really don't want this storm to come closer to me again.
Hopefully we'll move north if we're lucky.
I also need to mark off this exploration, actually. Yeah, that would be great if it could just leave me alone.
Right, enemy phase... Wait, where is it? It doesn't have the... Where's the end of round?
Where's anything in this rule book?
Where is anything in this rule book? It's quite true. What? I don't understand. Winning, losing, exhausting, shuffling, recording number, agenda track, discovery. I mean, it says here the same thing that's there. Roll fate die. It doesn't say. Why is it not just an end of round page?
The layout of the rulebook is thematic. It is to mimic the madness created by the Fathom King.
Like, why is it not just there? Why is it not just a page? It has it. I don't understand.
Can you feel the Fathom King's madness?
I actually can. What? Where is this?
Do you want to have a crack? Yeah.
Right, well, I'll continue. Where's the, so after that, enemies on deck will activate. There are no enemies in our decks.
That's fortunate.
Enemies at sea will activate. That's... The ship will move momentarily. That I can find in the rulebook. Then the agenda will advance 2 plus number of players, so that's going to be 4. So I'll do that now. So the agenda here... oh, we haven't got the right camera up. Oh, wait.
Oh, no, that's okay. We can go back here.
So the agenda here, which Mike thankfully moved back a couple previously, it goes up 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's at 9. So Mike actually saved it from advancing. Well done, Mike.
Yay!
And the first player token moves clockwise. So I'll take the first player marker, so I got 2 turns in a row. This is what happens in the 2-player version of this game. So the only 2 things we need to do is roll the fate die and move the storms, and activate the enemy who is at sea, who will try to get to us if he rolls enough movement. You can't find it, can you?
Here it is, spawning and controlling storms, page 27.
But it's just the end of round. Oh, there we go, fate die.
Yeah, so 0 to 4 moves it 1 space towards the current first player, which would be me, and a 5 to 9 moves it in the direction of my choosing.
Yes, you're first player at the time of this.
Yeah.
And then I'll grab that for the enemy movement. Sorry, apologies.
I was keeping the page just in case I need to check something else.
Right.
Blam! It's a 7, so I do get to choose, right? So let's just send it over here, right? That's going to be the most out of the way, isn't it? Over there?
Yeah, 100%. Yeah,
sorry, folks, I forgot to move this. So I just moved the storm from here over to here. Get it out of here. So that's just going to keep chasing me, potentially. No, it'll chase you in a minute.
Yeah, it'll move, yeah. So next thing, so then we need to do the enemy ship. So the enemy ship behaviors depend on whether the enemy ship is engagement range when it activates.
Right, so it's not an engagement range, is it?
Isn't it?
No, because its engagement range for this ship is all the spaces behind it. Like immediately to
is that engagement range? Or I thought engagement range would include its movement, surely.
Well, it doesn't have movement. It rolls dice to see how much movement it gets. Unless its engagement range is this too.
Oh yeah. Well, let me look at the breakdown then of the cards.
Yeah, I better check the card there.
Where would the enemy cards, the enemy ship cards be? There's a breakdown of enemy cards, but not a breakdown of enemy ship cards that I can find. Oh, here we go. Engagement range. Yep, it's the number there.
Okay, so well, it's still 2 away from everyone. So
okay, so in that case, no, it will head for its destination via the most efficient route, and Sorry, and can traverse and occupy any unoccupied hex.
Right, so it doesn't care about anything else.
It cares about rough sea.
Does it?
I think so, because rough sea says all movement, doesn't it? Remember? Wasn't that the whole thing? Calm and rough sea, page 23. It says, calm seas are unremarkable, carrying a penalty, but all navigation point costs are doubled in a rough sea.
Fair enough. Rules is read.
Rules is read. Everyone loves raw.
Alright, so everyone loves raw when the rules are well written. So we're throwing 2 dice to see what it does. And it's rolled squigglies, to double squigglies.
So it converts it to one useful thing, isn't that it?
Well, what is squiggly?
They're the here, right here.
Those are movements, so that's 2 movements.
No. Oh, for their movements.
Yep, they're movements.
Of course, because they have tentacles. They walk on tentacles.
That makes
So
sense.
it moves. Well, so it moves one into the rough sea and then can't move out.
Well,
It says most efficient route. So actually, I guess it does this, right? It goes. What's it either? So it could. Oh no, because that would be that. Costs,
if it's bothered by rough sea, the most efficient route, given as well the placement of the storm. If the storm wasn't here, this would be the most efficient route.
Agreed.
But because the storm is here now, the most efficient route is around here.
Yes. Yeah.
Because otherwise it goes 1, 2. Well, actually, this is 1, 2. So
3, 4. Hang on. 1, 2, 3, 4 versus 1, 2, 3, 4. And it's facing the wrong direction. So yeah, we have to go. This is the quickest way. So I guess it turns this way and then. But like, arguably, this is spawn facing its destination. So should it have spawned facing this way? Because that's the facing the route.
right, but when it spawned, I mean, then it would have spawned facing this way actually, because when it spawned, the most efficient route would have been to go this way.
Agreed. Yeah.
But I spawned it pointing north.
It just says facing destination. That's raw.
Ah, okay, facing destination.
Yeah, so I guess it's either here or here, and I guess then we would have done that. Being reasonable.
Okay, fair enough. So then,
So now its most efficient route is this way.
no, because the storm.
Oh yeah, the storm might. No, it's the most efficient route still that way though. I think because it's going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 versus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, to the storm is the quickest route.
It's the
And
quickest.
it doesn't say take into consideration how much damage it'll take.
Jesus Christ. Okay, fine.
So absolutely has to. So it goes
Terribly.
1 and then turns for 2.
Okay, cool.
Raw.
Rules is read. Your opponents are idiots. This is what I like actually about Hoplomachus, is that it says in the rules, like, sometimes they're ambiguous and you have to decide. So always decide in your favor, because that's a tactical part of the game.
Fair enough. Yeah, basically make decisions best. Yeah, to
As best you
ability.
can, because
Yeah.
that's.
That's a good way to do it.
Yeah.
As long as the rest of the game is built to support that idea. Then it's
Yeah,
fine.
I
That's
mean
fine.
it is. There are other things we could talk about, but you know that part is sound.
So, it's now my turn.
Yep.
We've removed the player marker. I refresh my orders. So here we go.
Or is that top of the round that happens?
I believe so. Yeah, refresh orders and remove fatigue.
Oh, we're both supposed to do that simultaneously at the top of the round.
Oh, is that top of a round only? Oh, it's not. That's a round, not a. Well, yeah, no, but round as a whole is just a turn each, isn't
Yeah,
it?
yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
But what I mean is we both do that simultaneously at the top of a round, and then we go your turn, my turn, enemy turn.
Oh, so I shouldn't have refreshed at the start of my last turn then.
Correct. Yes, you would have already been refreshed.
So I have. Oh god, it's fine. I can work it out.
So.
Oh, my phone's got water on it from
This
the
is
day before. What was there? What was in my? What? I had one of each in there. So that's fine. I had everything. I didn't have the 2 crew tokens. No, I didn't use all the crew tokens. I only used 1 crew token. 2. That's fine. Yeah, that's perfect. So that's what should have been. This is what I spent. But now I can choose basically.
Right, and I had all of them at the top. I only spent 3, so I would have just put those 3 back.
Yeah. Okay. So I guess I'll have to take at least 1 crew. And I got 2 crew and a navigation, actually.
Makes sense.
Right. Great. Awesome. So I'm going to go to that. I'm going to basically go here to Festabury via the island.
Mm-hmm.
So to get to that island, I will need 1, 2, and 3. 3 navigation. So I guess it makes a lot of sense. Oh, I can move these guys wherever they. These guys can go anywhere down below when I leave. So I want to have someone on the dinghy who's really good at islands. So that's the cook. The cook is good at islands. The cook's just good at stuff. Full stop. So the cook will go. In the
Always have
dinghy.
a good cook. It's just a general life rule.
The cook will go in the dinghy, so they're ready to go as we leave port. And then I will spend 2 crew tokens to move the surgeon. No, hang on. So the surgeon wants to be down. Yeah, surgeon and the occultist up top, because then they can heal. They'll both go into these pop. They'll both go into 2 navigation slots. Now I've got 3 navigation when I spend my final order here. Not my final order, but. And then I will move 1, 2, and 3.
Sailing onto the island.
At World's End. So now we're going to resolve the.
No, we'll put this like this.
I was about to say, we'll just pretend. Yeah.
And then we'll just you know how you're supposed to move on it anyway.
Yep.
All right, so randomly pop these guys out.
This is my first time doing the island. I'm not sure I've done islands before. I think you've done a lot of them.
I've done at least 2 now. I think I might have done.
Might be my first time, I'm not
Hmm.
sure. So I'll start with this one, and then depending on how it goes, I can potentially do 2 or 3 more, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I'll go to this one here. I'll show them what I got. And show the people at home what I got. And the legend. Is that showing again?
Part of the island exploration.
Collect 1 treasure.
God damn it. You always get the good stuff.
Yeah, I always get the good stuff.
Good.
Except when I don't, then I complain Mike always gets the good stuff.
Treasure's right there.
Left, isn't it? Yeah. Just draw 1, I assume, yeah.
Just bring it closer so that when you get more treasure, you can...
Yeah, I'll just leave this here in front of me.
Yeah, quite frankly. So you found the strange writings. It's a relic. It says 2 clues on it. I don't know if you get those right away. Oh.
Read the outcome of a choice event before choosing.
So you can spend this to know the outcomes of an event before you have to choose the outcome.
Do I get the clues or not?
Yeah, I don't know when you get the clues. You can also sell this for 10, but it's only worth 5 in Rathmore, but it's worth 20 in Ashmore. So just don't confuse Rathmore and Ashmore.
Well, I won't sell it if that doesn't get me the clues.
Yeah, I don't know when we get the clues.
Well, I found a treasure card page, so we'll go there. Treasure card.
The other thing...
Treasures with this symbol can be handed over as clues.
As the universe... Okay, so it's worth 2 if you give it into the universe.
It's effectively 2. Yes, that's 2 clues.
Yeah.
That's all it is.
Well, the other thing is we haven't found Ashmore, so you can... It's only worth 10 anyway.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Thanks, Skeleton Keys.
Oh, thank you so much. I'm so glad you're here. Sounds like you know how things work.
Yeah,
we knew a year ago.
Yeah, I hope that so far we've managed to fix most of the mistakes that we've made.
Right, so I might as well. Oh,
we sort of knew a year ago. There's still a lot of this rulebook stuff on the stream last time.
No,
as well.
I know. There's not as much as this though, because we had played a practice game the night before.
Yeah, but I think even if you played this
this
a lot, you'd still have your head in the rulebook.
I'm tempted to do a second one rather than. What do you think?
Well, you don't forget to take your strain.
Oh yes, I had forgotten that. So maybe I will just. Yeah, because what if I meet an enemy? They spawn on deck though, don't they?
Yeah, I think so. I don't think that.
Oh, I'm going to do another one. So if I go here, sorry, I can then go there.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'll do 2.
I think so long as the toe. Yeah, I mean basically it's follow the path towards the golden thing.
For all I know, this will be the one that ends the expedition immediately.
Ah! No, it looks like it's a clue. 1 clue.
My goodness, I am so good at this game.
This game's easy. It's a baby game for babies.
I actually have enough for another to advance the thing again now. Right, so I'm tempted to go for... Oh no, it's strain. Strain's a thing. Strain's a thing.
You took a strain. You also have to move left to right, so I don't think this is left of this position. Or
yeah, I think you're probably right. Well, it's right to left, but in this case, that's
Or you-
right. Yeah. So yeah, I'll go here. So
What do we got here?
I think that's probably the bad one.
That looks like the bad one. Death Squid.
But it's worth it for the clue. Just double check. It says Death Squid, draw and spawn an enemy on deck. Okay.
Right, so that doesn't actually end the exploration, though.
Nope.
Okie dokie.
And they don't activate now either. So they activate like at the end.
They activate at the end, but some of them do a thing when they show up, don't they?
I can't remember. We'll find out in a minute.
So it's a cultist. He's a level 1 cultist, so this will be one of 2 cards, I guess.
It just says one enemy. It doesn't say.
It doesn't say up to the amount.
An enemy.
An enemy.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So you got off lucky, I guess. So he's got 2 abilities. Oh yeah, he's got his healing hex. Oh no, he heals people on the deck.
Well, that's fine because he's just him, thankfully.
Yeah. So do you think you can find a cultist?
Yeah, I hope so. I need to roll the fate die. Where's the fate die?
Oh, here it is.
See where he goes. You want the?
You want the dice tray?
Yeah.
There we go.
I want the dice tray. The ready steady play dice tray.
It's a 2.
2. He's up here. We said find. Sorry, did you say? Do you think you can find a cultist?
Cultist model.
Is
Yeah.
that what you said? I
Yeah.
thought you said, do you think you can fight a cultist? Then I was like,
there's
where's the model?
a lot of models in that in those trays.
I'm pretty sure, based on the artwork, it's this fella.
Yep, that looks legit.
You'd like to show that to the folks at home.
Yeah, and if I remember correctly, I have to put this on my hand so that you can see it.
That's
There we
it.
go.
Ooh, he looks nice.
He's still somewhat ethereal, but you can get it.
So here's something I can't remember. Do you want to fight him? Do I have to spend a crew order like to go into his space?
It was a 2, wasn't it?
Yeah, 2 up there.
Yeah, you spend a crew order and then you go into space and start a fight.
And can I hurt him on my turn? I'm sorry, on his turn.
He'll activate and then he'll throw some dice and do some stuff based on what he throws.
But can I only.
You don't automatically go to space, I don't think, or anything.
No, what I mean is when he attacks me on his turn, can
Yeah.
I hurt him?
Yeah, but I don't think he'll attack you because there's no one in his space. So I think he'll actually
He
activate.
just whacks it, doesn't he?
Yeah, he'll probably just start destroying your ship.
We'll read it in. I haven't got a crew point token anyway, so it's irrelevant. We'll go through the activation in due course. So
Did you
I
take
then,
your strain for the 3rd token?
No, I didn't, and then I moved to there to finish this up.
There we go. Alright, so now it's your event card for the exploration. Dun dun dun.
Just realised the cook was in a way the worst person to send because they're the only person who don't recover strain from his current
Their own
rule.
cooking.
But they are the best at
The island.
At the
thing,
island,
yeah,
so you know.
which is great because you're going to have to do an island test in a minute.
Wait.
The telltale smoke of an encampment rises in the distance. So you endeavor to make for the site and see what you can ascertain from whoever may populate it. See what I mean about these run-on sentences?
Yeah, it's not the best writing.
I mean, the writing's not bad, but I just wish the punctuation was a bit more.
When people praise writing, they usually mean the content rather than the structure, don't they? When someone says, "Oh, that show has great writing."
Well, it's a bit of it. I think when grammar and structure is good, you don't really notice it. You only notice it when it's bad.
Yeah, true.
The small collection of tents seem mundane on the approach, yet as you draw near, the blood-stained fabric comes into sharp focus. Test Island.
Entree. Where's the fate die gone? Lost it.
Is it?
No, it's in the thing, is it?
Yeah, there we go.
All right. So I need a 7 or less, correct?
Yes. Hey, just. Human hands could not execute such an appalling massacre. Collect 2 clues, and then seed story card 56.
So good at this game. I have 6 clues.
Alright, so you're going to take this, because to remember that 56 is for you.
Thank you kindly.
I'm going to find 56. Oh my god. Did I just basically draw right at the right point? I did. Okay, and 56 is in fact a island exploration, so you'll have to wait.
Next time I go to an island.
Well, first we have to wait for this to come out, which will be when we advance one more.
Oh my god, I get 2
discovery.
more clues. When I get to Festibury, I'll actually have enough to advance 2 more.
Yeah, I mean,
If you get 2 more,
Yeah, if I get 2 more, we've actually already just
yeah,
won.
so we actually definitely don't want to worry about this thing.
Yeah, we don't.
I'm just gonna beeline to here, like. Right,
so
my...
the chef comes back.
Yeah, and I end my turn. Just where do I put the chef? Actually, as it goes below deck,
I know it goes back to the dinghy. I think.
I was about to say dinghy is sounds.
Yeah.
sounds
You also have to give
logical.
him a fatigue token because he used a below deck card.
Yes, indeed. Okay, and now it is the end of my turn. So hang on, surgeon recovers another trauma on the occultist, which is excellent. Can you pop that away for me, please? And then the cook recovers a strain on the deckhand who does not have one, so that's fine. Grand. So enemy activation in my turn, I believe, or is it
it's
the
end of the round.
Fine.
So I could theoretically, because if you remember, there's a mechanism for this. I could theoretically sail over to you and try to shoot him off your deck with my cannons.
You also could hurt me, couldn't you?
Yeah, I could also miss and hurt you. It's also way too far away, and there's an enemy in the way, so I'm not going to do it.
Also, my occultist has disruptor, which I believe the enemy omen results are considered blank.
Right, so this is basically a really useless enemy because this guy mostly uses omens.
Yes.
He also mostly heals friends, and he has none, so
yeah,
I think you're probably alright.
Yeah.
Unless something really unexpected happens.
So just for
Anyway,
you literally, if you, I mean, I don't know what you're planning on doing your turn, but if you reveal another token, another tile, you get the final two, literally the final two things we need to win the game. And then it's just a matter of me getting to Festival and we win.
We waited a year for this! What?
I mean, it could all go wrong still, but also we might win in the next 20 minutes. We'll see.
Okay.
We can do another quick stream of.
I mean, I've got all of these action tokens. Like, I can do so much stuff. I'll spend one to
just get two tokens
to go like this, and then I'll spend one more to move here, and then I'll spend another token.
Do you have something?
No, wait. Let me spend this one to move the academic up here. I've got someone in the crow's nest.
Do that before you ever did this.
Yeah, okay, so I'll actually start the game then, by spending this one to move him up to here.
Yeah.
And then I'll spend this one, that gets me 3. So then I do
hang on, the deckhand dies if he stays above deck.
Yeah, I know.
Okay, good. Fine. Just checking.
So then I do movement 1, turn 1, move 1. Final point is to explore this tile 2, which has a shipwreck on it.
That gets you 2 tokens, 2 clue tokens.
So this is a shipwreck and 2 rough seas appearing like this, and I get 2 clue tokens.
You're just going to go to Festival, aren't you?
Yeah, and then I'm just going to spend this to turn my ship south facing and sail into Festibury. Well, also because everyone, because I have a lot of strain.
Yeah, for sure.
I think I might just sell these schematics.
You do have a cabins.
That's true. And nobody's used the cabins yet, so they will come back to the ship after, and then. Can I use the cabins after?
No, you have to spend an action to go to use it. You can't just place at the end when you place them below deck. You place them below deck. You're not activating the space. That makes sense when you come back from port. Port.
And then you'd have to spend one of these to activate the space.
Precisely.
Okay, cool. That's fine. I mean, it's necessary. Right. So we've come into port, which means that somebody needs to take a strain. What? It's my. Oh yeah. Actually, I need to take 2 strain. I need to take. What? Oh no, weary is when he ends his turn on deck. That's fine. He's not going to. No, the misanthrope. My master gunner is a misanthrope.
What does that do?
When he goes to port, he has to take a strain.
Why?
Because he hates people.
Oh.
That's what misanthropy.
No, I know what misanthropy means, but I was like, why is that going to port? I mean, surely that's when he goes. Whatever, doesn't matter. Anyway, right.
No, I'm sure it's when he stops off in port, not when he.
See your denizen card.
It says when visiting port.
Yeah, no,
actually.
I guess it's thematically it's assumed that even if you're not doing actions, they're all getting off the boat and meeting the what were they called? Though. I'm trying to remember the name. I was literally told the name of them. Oh, doesn't matter. It's an unsavory topic anyway. So I was being told stories from a friend who used to be in the Merchant Navy only the other day.
Skeleton Key says, I think if you go to port, though, you can put them anywhere you want under the deck. Could be wrong, though. Yeah, we were talking about that. We were trying to figure it out.
We literally were just trying to figure it out, and we came to the same conclusion, Skeleton Keys. It was a little ambiguous. As far as we could tell, even if you weren't allowed to, you could send people to port just to move and not do anything, just to move them under.
Exploit the spots, yeah. At least there's 2 spots you could exploit to do that.
Crawford Bane. You have met Crawford Bane, who wishes to go to Blightwater. He's a passenger. Dark have been my dreams of late. Creatures of unimaginable construction call to me in the night. Do not ask me why. But something tells me that the answers I seek await me in Blighttown. Oh, Blightwater, goddammit. It's Dark Souls. Blightwater. So if you take in a Blightwater, this very mysterious sounding gentleman will reward us with 3 clues and 20 money, which we don't need.
I would like the money. I like that Blightwater's
It's
here.
the opposite.
So that's where you were, so we're just going to cross without passing.
I mean, we can both do that, I guess. It makes sense, because then if one of us gets shipwrecked or something goes horribly wrong, I don't know.
I mean, it's probably not going to matter.
We're both 2 away from him, so he's going to bugger off, which is great.
He's going to sail into the storm.
Well, it might move, but yeah.
The one thing I was going to bring up, actually, very quickly, is the adversary marker up there. Do you remember when that advances? Because
when this completes.
No, this advances this guy towards us.
Oh.
I'm sure. I can't remember when that advances. It was some complicated rules to do with our token.
I don't remember that at all. I thought it was the other. I thought it was.
Maybe it is the other way around then. But I thought this advanced the Elder God towards us. Oh, maybe you were right, actually. And I'm just thinking about something to do with the Elder God. In the meantime, let me do some port actions here. So, I've got my... Oh, I shouldn't actually have had a denizen card at all. I should have had this. That's fine. It's just not going to matter.
My voice was so good.
Yeah, your voice is so good, exactly.
Do you want to reveal that anyway, or because we can just put him back on? I mean,
it's fine.
Well, we should do that though. That's story, isn't it?
Sure, it's the end of a story. So I guess we'll put Clifford Brightwater back, and well, let's just you read this story, and I'll check the rulebook.
Yeah. Wait. Okay. You have to listen though.
Mm-hmm. I am listening. Oh wait, which number is it, please?
67.
Okay, so for those of you who
of
have not been with us so far, I found an island with loads of wreckage and debris, undoubtedly enough to arouse curiosity. I went through the remnants. I found no trace of life, but I found some cargo. I found a book full of nightmarish sketches among the cargo I recovered. I studied the book on the beach when I was able to muster the stomach, and I found a nightmarish, vividly detailed sketch of unspeakable creatures throughout the book. Each illustration was assigned with the initials RP. I went to find the book's author in town, and I was eventually sent to his... I eventually tracked down Reuben Primer, but he was horrified when I showed him the book, and he said, "No, get away! Don't make me go back!" So I was able to calm him down, and now I'm going to find out what's going on with my book.
Well, Reuben Primer's tale will haunt you until your last day. When he had calmed down enough to converse, Reuben explained that the creatures in the book were not the products of a diseased imagination, but real, tangible entities. Within an old, derelict property on the outskirts of a town lied a well, and from it, horrors were prone to emerge. Reuben could not explain why the monsters let him be, or what compelled him to draw them. But he begged for you to return to the house and burn it to the ground. You honoured Primer's request and sat and watched until the house was naught but embers. To be sure, nothing escaped the fire. Retreat enemy discovery by 1.
Ooh-hee.
Which is this one.
Yep.
All right.
So the there's a very confusing colon here in the rulebook, but I think it's a misprint. Yeah, it looks like you were bang on when the enemy agenda track reaches 10, their discovery token advances. The Elder God token advances. So that was actually when you were talking about the end of the act, that was probably a little thought. It's not that they bounce ahead 2 more if they get there first. Mm-hmm. It's the Elder God bounces 2 towards us.
Oh, I see.
So the Elder God would have moved towards us if they'd beaten us to the end of the act. Each time the enemy discovery token advances away from us, the Elder God advances. So the Elder God should actually be on 6 now, because we've advanced the enemy token away from us twice.
Oh, I see. So basically,
both of the steps we got back.
It slows down them auto-winning the game, but it doesn't make any difference in terms of the Elder God appearing.
Yes, exactly. So the Elder God kind of keeps pace with them, and also advances if we sink.
I'm also just checking to make sure we haven't missed it. When did we? When did we reduce it? Which card made it retreat the previous time? I'm trying to find that card.
That was your epilogue.
Where is that?
It's probably amongst your.
Oh yeah, enemy discovery by 1. Yeah, here it is. I'm just going back through all the other stuff to make sure we hadn't already done that previously. And well, we presumably we actually knew the rules better last time, so presumably we didn't. So.
Yeah, no, I don't think we did.
Yeah, it doesn't look like it.
Either way, it wouldn't really have made a difference because then the Elder God would be on 5, right? Or something.
Yeah, I don't think it will matter, as you say. Okay, right. So basically, yeah, it never retreating the enemy slows down their main win condition of just reaching us
8, yeah,
to 8. But it doesn't because the Elder God compensates the same direction of movement. It doesn't slow down the spawning of the Elder God.
Exactly right.
Okay. Grand. That's fine then. Okay, great. Well done us. So that's the end of the round, isn't it?
Yep.
So refresh phase, remove fatigue, and refresh orders. So I basically just
no. Now it's the enemy round. And actually, no, I haven't even finished my. No. Wait. That wasn't even the end of the round. That was because I had to do a Denzin card. Now I'm doing port. Oh, sorry. No, I just got. I got a bit confused there. No, that's fine. So I've got 3 possible 3 port actions here. But what I'll do.
You want to try hand in a thing, don't you?
Yeah, I want to send. I guess I'll send the academic to the university. Everyone's very stressed out, but I don't have any money. I don't think it's
stressed out. Sometimes I wish sometimes a certain smell will take me back to when I was young. A couple I'm never able to identify where it's coming from.
Glue tokens.
Thank you.
So now we're sitting on the Elder God's head.
Stressed Out by 21 Pilots.
I know that song.
It's great.
I'm stressed out.
Stressed out. It's a really good
song. All right, the deck hand.
Naturally Sevens sang that when we went to see them.
I can't do anything else meaningful here because I have no money. What I will do is I'm going to, I guess, abuse the rules, the rule that lets me go down here and use this.
Wait, what? Oh, wait, what? No. You don't get to activate it import for free.
You don't get to activate the room for free.
No, you can just be placed there. That's my understanding. Placing them, I don't think so. That was how I interpreted it. But you can do if you want. I don't think you can, because otherwise when you depart port, you just use all these for free. I don't think so. Oh, but I guess the dinghy, you can be put in the dinghy though, I guess.
Yeah, and the dinghy you don't actually use until you get to. I mean, it's kind of it's the interaction.
Pass the rulebook?
It's the interaction with the fatigue token that's a little confusing because.
What are they called? Those cards?
Below deck.
Yeah, let me just see how using those is actually described. Improvements. They call improvements.
I don't think you use the dinghy for port. That's just for islands. Yeah.
Once an improvement has been installed in a slot, its benefits are gained either by a miniature being placed on spaces on the improvement or passively as a result of some sort of action being taken by the player or enemy. Yeah. Okay. Sounds like you do.
Yeah, I think you just get to use it when you go there.
Yeah.
I mean, the rooms are not massively.
No. Yeah. Look, raw. You can do it. So go for it.
Cool. So, yeah, there we go. I visit the crew. I'll put him under deck, even though it doesn't matter.
I don't think you use the dinghy for ports. That's just for us. Yeah. No, that's correct. So you don't use the dinghy for ports. It was more. I realized that I kind of was countering my own point was wrong because you don't have to, because you can move to the dinghy when you leave port and then just use it automatically when you reach an island. So it kind of went against my claim that you had to use a crew token to activate the cabins. Basically, I proved myself wrong.
Good. I think I'll just end my turn here.
Cool.
I'm broke. There's nothing left for me to do in port.
Oh, it says here, advancing on the discovery track. Enemy. During the enemy phase, advancing enemy gender 2, but yeah, when it reaches 10, advance by 1. When it reaches 10, does it? I assume it just restarts, doesn't it? Doesn't like... They won't lose their additional 3, I assume.
I don't know. I'll have a look. If you pass me the rulebook, I'll have a look where you do your turn. Oh no, it's not. You've done your turn. It's time for enemy turn.
It's an enemy turn.
Let's do enemy turn.
Yep.
Oh, yeah, they're about to hit 10, so we do need to know this. Right, so enemy turn is roll the fate die to move the storm. Do you want to do that?
Sure, I guess so. Since
You are the active
I'm the
player.
active player, yeah.
So how does the storm even move towards you? I guess 1, 2, 3, 4. 1,
Are
2,
you
3, 4.
right camera?
Yep, there we go. 9, you can choose.
Can I also reorientate it?
I don't see why not.
So can I just do this?
I mean, I don't know. I wonder. Yeah, does it have to? Does one? If you move it 1, does that mean everything has to not be in the same spot?
Probably. Yeah, you know what? Let's just do this. I'm just gonna do that because I'm not find them. that's legal then.
Why not do it like that though?
Because we're not sure if we're allowed to.
We're not sure if we're allowed to rotate it. Fair.
Yeah. Where did you find that rule? I forgot where you found the rules. Like page 20. Oh, here it is. No, that's not it. Where is
27.
27.
Is the storm's rule.
It's one space in your direction of your choice. Yeah, but does rotating count as moving? In the exam, I don't think so. Look, let's just leave it. I don't think we can rotate it. Or at least I don't see compelling evidence that you can rotate it.
Fair.
Okay, great. So, next thing we do is they attack, right?
Yes. So then enemies on deck activate. So
enemies on deck, enemy movement's limited. Unlike crew, enemy movement's limited. Enemies can move between zones and share connecting edges. One movement result allows enemies to move between 2 zones. If multiple paths are possible, they always move towards nodes with symbols. They prioritize resolving. Oh, so they roll first, actually, before we do anything.
So you might as well roll to see what the cultist does, and then.
How many dice do you have? 2 or 3?
3. He's got 3.
Oh, yes, you're quite right. It is 3. Right. So he has. Are those both cultist symbols? Are those both?
So that's. He's got 2 damage symbols and a move symbol.
No. He hasn't got any omen symbols?
He hasn't rolled any omen symbols.
Right, so they resolve omens first, which they omen abilities, he can't. Move to the closest crew, damage closest crew, and then damage nodes last. They prioritize crew, but he can't reach crew, right?
Nope.
So
it sounds like he's going to move to the bow and damage the bow.
But is that just stay where he is, though, on damage?
What's this? He'd prioritize symbols.
He's on a symbol.
Oh, well then I guess he just stays where he is and damages it.
But he has 2 damage. Does he damage, move, damage?
Oh god, can you spend them in any order? Yeah, that sounds reasonable. If you can spend them in any order, then yes, I think so. Yeah, I don't think.
I think you have to assume he can. Otherwise, what? It seems arbitrary to say he can't, right?
Yeah.
Damaging the closest crew, damaging nodes. So yeah, he's gonna prioritize damage. So he can't move to the closest crew. He can't damage the closest crew. Wait, what? Moving to the closest crew is the first priority, regardless of whether. So does he move? He does move first towards the closest crew. It sounds like.
Enemies on deck will prioritize resolving omen abilities, moving to the closest crew, damaging closest crew, damaging nodes.
That implies he moves towards me and then damages the next. What?
Yep, that implies that he was going to prioritize moving towards you and then damaging nodes.
Is that deliberate? So they can never damage more than 1 node per turn per enemy? Protoss has rolled 1 damage and 2 movement results. In scenario A, it cannot reach the deckhand, so it uses the movement results to get as close to the deckhand as possible, and the damage results to destroy the navigation node it arrives on. Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
In scenario B, the movement results are enough to reach deckhand, so it'll... but what's this about damaging, prioritizing nodes with symbols? Oh, when it's moving, it prioritizes... Oh, I see. Okay, fine. So if it was already here... Well, it wouldn't make any difference. If it was yeah, okay, whatever. What?
This game, man.
Right.
Okay,
so
whatever.
So he moves here, and then he damages this node, and he doesn't get to use the other damage, right? That's basically.
Oh, wasn't there the thing though about how damage fluctuates to another node?
But he can't. He only damages nodes he's in. He can't damage it.
He can't damage other nodes. Fine.
Oh wait. Oh, you mean he damages it a second time, and it moves? Oh. Maybe.
And then it moves like up or down, doesn't it?
Descending.
Yeah, or ascending. Was that specific to damage from?
No, I think that was just when you receive damage. So maybe you're right.
Good lord. I want to meet the person who puts the time into writing, like, decent player aids for this. Like, can you imagine that person?
Nodes are destroyed by enemies attacking them on deck. Attacks from other ships and other event outcomes. 1 damage is enough to destroy a node. Any crew or enemies present in a zone when it's destroyed suffer a trauma. What? So the enemy suffers a trauma when he destroys his own... What?
When he destroys the node he's in, he takes a trauma.
That's what the rules say. Nodes are... Oh, maybe that's also... Maybe that's so he can't... So that he...
Doesn't, like, endlessly wander around destroy... I don't know.
When a ship takes damage from another ship or non-specific source, the fate die is rolled. If it's destroyed... oh yes, it's only when it's unspecific source... Only when the fate die happens that you use the up and down rule.
Oh, okay, it's only when the fate die is rolled to determine what's destroyed. Fine. Cool. So I guess he takes a damage.
He takes a damage. Like, it literally says, nodes are destroyed by enemies attacking them on deck, attacks from other ships, and through event outcomes. 1 damage results enough to destroy a node. Any crew or enemies present in the zone when it's destroyed suffer a trauma.
Wild.
That's so weird. In that example I was just reading about the attacks, did it say he takes a damage? It doesn't say he does in the example, but he clearly does. That's so weird.
Yep, I think that's what's called lack of proofreading.
Hey Eddie, yeah, it's going fine. It's going really well in terms of us winning the game. We look like we're going to be...
In fact, it's going so well, we keep checking the rules to make sure we're doing it right.
Yeah. Shadow Key says, don't make it harder, it's already insanely difficult. Yeah, well, I remember it being that way, but right now it's going weirdly well, which is why we're worried we're doing things wrong. Like the fact that the enemy gets hurt by damaging my boat.
Yeah, which is wild.
But that's what the rules say! Unless on another page it says it doesn't happen when they're damaging the node they're in, but like maybe it's because the rulebook is insane.
The other thing I would point out as well is, like, I think it's made substantially easier by the boarding rules, the advanced boarding rules.
Yeah, because you don't need to you don't need really good guns to destroy enemy ships.
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah, so the rulebook sucks. Yeah, it does. Not only does it suck, but, I mean, I can accept a badly laid out rulebook, that's fine, but this rulebook is filled with ambiguities and rules that affect one another.
And badly laid out.
Yeah, and it's badly laid out. But the rules that affect one another are not in the same section, which seems to imply that they're part of separate rulings, but they should, just like the one you just read, but they should interwork together. So it's like, why is this not in the same section? And so you have to second guess the author's intent. Is it because it wasn't relevant to this, and then they just didn't make that explicit? You know,
it's part of the game. Skeleton Keys. Have you encountered this? Then do you agree that the enemy hurts himself when breaking the node? Because that is what the rule says. But that does seem mental.
Skeleton Keys. I made the exact same joke. The rulebook's slowly driving you insane. It's a thematic choice.
I think he does, yeah. Okay, cool. As long as we're not playing it wrong, then that's good. Eddie says that could make for a good video subject. Bad rule books.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, there's a lot of content there.
I mean, I tend to mention it during reviews. If we do a review, I'll tend to say whether the rulebook was good, but I don't usually go into too much depth. Because, you know, I think like a bad rulebook is worth it if the game's good. So really the answer is it worth it in the end? You know, and then I guess where it becomes really, you know, an issue is when what you see here, when you're caught, is your enjoyment of the game completely tarnished by the fact that you've got your head in the rulebook the whole time.
I think the main issues with this game is it's too bloated with bizarre mechanics. Could have been streamlined. Yeah, I mean, streamline is definitely, I think it definitely could be streamlined. For sure.
Yep.
Actually, you might know the answer to this in Skeleton Keys. I'm assuming we now advance the agenda, so it goes 1, 2, 3, 4. I assume it goes 10, 1, 2, 3.
Let's assume yes for now, because I don't think it'll matter.
That's a rule we knew this time last year. So this advances their discovery at 1?
Yep.
Correct. Thank you very much, Skeleton Keys. Glad you're here. Keep us honest if we're making it too easy on ourselves, which I'm worried we are, because it's going very well.
Yep.
So it's our turn again then, right? So it becomes you now as first player, I believe?
It's possibly also because we're playing the shortest version of the game, right?
Yes, maybe it escalates in
Well, there's a 4-act game, but then there's no 4-act Act 4 tiles, and no Act 4 enemies. So I think the 3-act game feels like that's probably the intended sort of game length. And you can play the long game if you really want, and you can play the short game, which is what we're doing because
it's already very long.
Yeah, and we want to finish it. Which we'd set out at the start anyway last year.
Oh yeah, we always said it was going to be 2x.
Yeah. Right. So that was the enemies resolved.
Sorry, we didn't move him.
Oh yeah,
so
he
moves.
him.
Oh, you have to roll his dice.
Was it 2 dice?
2 dice.
Okay, so you roll for him, I guess.
Using my attack dice, isn't it?
No, it's the black dice. The black
it's his one, of course. Yeah.
That's a move.
An omen.
And an attack. Oh, and an omen, isn't it?
Isn't that an omen?
Yeah, that is an omen, yeah.
So he moves 1 into here.
Yeah, he doesn't have an omen ability, and he can't do anything with that, so that's...
If he rolls 2 omens, he turn it into something useful, right?
Yes, but you can only create move and attack. You can't create...
Yeah. Well, I'm saying... Yeah.
So he could have turned 2 omens into a move.
So I don't think he'd even get there by the end of the game.
No. I mean, if you just beeline to where I am, we win. So.
Exactly. I mean, I might have to deal with this guy, but, we'll see.
Oh, the guy on deck?
Yeah, but... Yeah.
That's alright, I'll come and shoot him off.
Thanks. So, top of the round, then, we recover...
Or at least I would come and shoot him off if I could remember the rules for shooting at your ship, and I don't want to look them up, so I'm not going to do it.
So I remove this fatigue, I'm going to get back 2 navigation and a crew, because I want to just beeline.
Yeah, me too. I mean, I'll get back the 3 tokens I have here. Remove fatigue.
Back to you?
Yeah, I mean, I guess I need some money. Brightwater.
Nah.
Going to Brightwater gets me 20. Oh.
It'll also end the game.
Yeah. Well, no, because I don't have any clues now. I'll get 3.
You get 3. Oh, yeah, you don't need... Oh, wait, did you... Wait, how did you have enough to...
Oh, no, I didn't pick up the crew member in the end.
Oh, yes. Doesn't matter. Oh, yeah, so what does it actually matter? We need 2 more, right?
Do you need... I thought you had 10.
I have... I only need 8. I have 4. But I'm going to get another 2 to get... Wait.
No, you've got the book and the passenger.
Book and the
which
passenger,
is another 4.
Which is another 4, effectively.
Yeah, so then you've got...
Yeah, if I get there, we win.
Well, yeah, you need 2 turns in port, though, because you can't visit the university twice.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, well, then, because I have nothing else to do, I guess I'll go and shoot at this ship. I did actually... but I don't even have the money to fix my bow. So I have to, like, reverse the... I mean...
Reverse the boop!
I can't shoot forwards. I can only shoot backwards. So I have to, like, sail towards it and then turn around.
That's such a pain.
It's such a pain. I mean, what I could do is sail in front of it and then turn around, and that would also be kind of funny because it can only shoot backwards as well.
Oh, really?
Well, it shoots sideways and backwards.
Oh, yeah.
Or wait, no, wait, hang on. That's wrong, isn't it? It's supposed to be like this, right? Or is it like this? Wait. No, where are these arrows pointing? Can you look at the anatomy of the boat cards for me?
The anatomy of the boat cards.
Oh.
Artillery range and orientation. The hexes the enemy can inflict damage on and from which they can attack. That's what it says. That's what it says.
Oh, yeah, okay, it's because... Okay, yeah, so yeah, no, this is actually directly in front of it or directly side to side. Right? Because it can point this either way. So the ship is the arrows, so forward and back. So it fires...
Wait, so can it fire?
But why would it only have 2
Yeah,
sides,
exactly.
then? Why wouldn't it just be all around it?
It would be just all around it.
Because I was just going to say, like, because if you look at my bronze pounders, they fire either port or starboard. So again, like this. But then what I have to do is I actually have to install them in port or starboard. So they'll only ever fire left or right, depending on where they're installed once I install them.
Yeah, I don't understand.
But I've put them in port, mainly because starboard is destroyed. I also haven't actually built them yet.
I think you can fire both ways. I think it's just because of the limitation of space.
On the
If you
card.
look at the example of this one, for example, if it can go out further, this one can shoot out further.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it can shoot both directions, port and starboard, out those 5 spaces, but it cannot shoot forward and back.
Okay.
That's my interpretation. No, but again, no, you're right.
No, it's definitely space to print 2 more hexes on there.
Well, actually, there isn't. It would hit that.
Oh yeah, you're right. Just barely.
Let's just assume it can shoot all around.
Okay, so it just shoots all around itself.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, for the cost of 1, 2, 3, 4 movement, for the cost of 4 movement, I could take a 2 dice attack at it.
It has 7 health.
Yeah.
I don't think it's worth it.
Yeah, I could do a 2 damage.
I think just.
And then I'd have to like rotate all the way back around. Just like.
Yeah, you haven't got the right guns for this. If you have that gun, fine.
Yeah, well, I mean, no. If the bow was working, I could do it because I could actually keep distance on it.
It's not.
I could just follow it. Yeah, if the bow was fixed, I could do it.
You need some money, basically.
Yeah, I need some money.
But to get money, you need to go.
I'll just go to the shipwreck. Yeah, I'll just go to that shipwreck over here and just fuck around because I've got nothing better to do.
All right.
All right. So let's set sail, everybody.
Face this way then.
Yep, I think so. Although I might actually, rather than going through the rough water, I might just explore around the top.
Sure.
Don't
spawn an enemy ship then.
It's fine.
Yeah, it's fine.
It'll be too busy sinking me to bother you anyway. So I guess I need to go in here and send some people top deck. I'm not actually going to... Oh, I need to... Oh, but if I'm going to explore a tile... No, that's fine. We'll just send the master gunner to the stern and he's just going to fly the whole ship. We sail the ship. Don't fly the ship. That's the wrong thing. And then I've got 2 points of movement. Because the thing is, if I send the deckhand up there, I have to then move the deckhand back down. Oh, and when I'm leaving, I can actually use these anyway. So let's put the deckhand in the cabins. No, who's good at island? Oh. I've only got one competent crew member. This is an issue. It looks like, God damn it. So, yeah, this is fine. What we'll do is we'll put, he's so bad at island, but do you know what, though? The deckhand is just as bad at island. The deckhand's also ignorant. What does that do?
I just realized something. That boat will attack me if I start beelining.
Yeah, but I think you'll make it to port before it can do anything meaningful. It might do 1 attack.
Yeah, probably.
Which will do, at worst, like 2 damage.
He's probably fine.
It's probably fine. I realize, did I send the deckhand to the university earlier?
No, you sent the academic.
Did I definitely?
Yeah, well, you said it. That's what you said. You said I'm sending the academic. I remember thinking that makes sense.
Good, because the deckhand is ignorant and requires an extra clue to go to the university.
He's ignorant.
He's ignorant and blessed. I think we decided he was religious. Anyway, it's so yeah. I think yeah, I'm gonna put the academic in the cabins as I leave, and then he takes a fatigue to remove a. Oh no, then he can't use the fucking dinghy. God damn it!
You're not gonna use the dinghy this turn.
Oh no, I'm doing shipwreck. I don't need dinghy for shipwreck.
No,
that's fine. Then that's fine.
Also, you're gonna get there this turn. I guess you could.
Yeah, I definitely will because I've got 2 movement.
Oh, I thought you were gonna go this way.
No, I changed my mind because I don't have anyone to go in the crow's nest.
Oh, fine.
So yeah, because then I'm just going to spend these 2 tokens to go 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yep.
And that's 4. And then I get to roll on the spoils table, and that's my whole turn.
Yes.
It's not very exciting, but you know.
It's got some excitement to it.
At least maybe next turn someone can go above deck very briefly. The problem I'm having is that everyone's just really stressed out at the moment.
Stressed out.
It's a 9. That's good, right?
That should be good. You get 10 coins.
Thank God. That's what you kept rolling. Now I remember. Now I remember. The traumas come back. You've got the bank. May I have 10 coins?
There's a reason why I'm in charge of the bank.
Yeah. What I'll do, actually, I think it might... Is it worth spending a whole action just so this guy doesn't have to take a strain?
That's
a good question. No, it's probably not. It's fine. We'll just take a strain.
I think we'll be alright.
Yeah.
Alright.
How
do I kill this guy? Do I have to be next to him, is it?
It depends on your guns. Your guns are starboard.
No, this guy.
Oh, that guy. Yes, you move into his node and then you fight him.
Oh, I wouldn't same node as him.
Yeah.
And then do we just keep fighting until one of us is dead?
No, I think it's just 1 round of combat. So you basically throw a bunch of dice. You'll throw his dice, and your evade dice, and your attack dice. Depending on how you decide to divide your dice up.
Who's got lots of dice? The cook is actually the best fighter somehow.
Your cook is just everything.
Yeah, basically. But the problem is, the cook has lots of stress and could die. I could just leave him there. Just ignore it.
Just ignore him.
Was it?
Oh, yeah. I think if you're at port, even if they're above deck, they don't get strained.
That's
Only
correct.
NPCs. Yeah, but what I need a boat event, water event, don't I? Because I'm at a wreck, not an island.
That's a good point. We've been ending every turn in port so far.
Yeah, so far we've not ended anything.
Well, I was at an island, that's why I didn't get one because I had an expedition.
We went to
Did you
islands,
definitely
yeah.
get one at shipwreck?
I think I probably do.
Camseas say no. The Camseas and Rough Seas both say sea events are drawn when you end a turn here. Shipwrecks don't say it.
Fine. Great. Good. We'll never look at the sea deck. Never look at the sea events.
We have had sea events. That's what started the monster for me. Right. I'm tempted to send him up here, and then I can move 9 spaces.
Yep. This is great. I mean, you'll have to change your facing a bunch, so I don't know if it's enough to get.
Well,
there,
I've worked this out. The actually most efficient route is to move into his space, which I can't do right now.
Yeah.
I can go one to turn. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh, I can get almost entirely there.
Seems like a good idea. Just do that.
And then, because he won't kill me, will he, in one hit?
No, he can't sink you in one hit. He'll probably just turn around and start whacking your deckhand.
Yeah, I need the deckhand to survive though, because the deckhand is the one who has to give me a discount.
Oh god, yeah, don't.
So what I'll do is I'll send the cook up there, who might die.
But that's fine.
That's fine. Well, actually, hang on. It's going to be 2. Hang on, wait a second. It's going to be 2 turns. Is it going to be 2 turns anyway?
Oh yeah, probably.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then next turn 1, 2, 3. Yeah, it's actually relevant.
But the advantage of the extra movement now is that ship won't turn around and attack you.
Yes, it will. I'll be here.
Yeah, that's within engagement range.
So I'm literally just going to spend all 3 of these. I've got to. That's for 2 movement points each. So that's 6 movement points. So 1, 2. Oh, sorry. Facing is 1.
What is that camera doing? Come on over here. There we go.
So facing is 1, 2, 3 into the rough sea, 4 to turn.
No, it's 5 to turn because rough seas is facing as well as moving out.
Oh, okay. 5, 6. So it's 5. So 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, so I can't move out then. So next turn will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, this does make a difference then. It does make a difference in that case. So I will move the cook up there.
Okay, so you move the cook onto the deck to get the extra movement.
So now spending all 3 of these is actually now 9 movement.
Okay.
So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Yep. Seems good.
I'm just letting that when you move into port with an enemy on deck, it banishes them, which removes them, but I think they get progress
agenda points,
but we don't care.
Yeah, because you drop him off in port, and then he goes and has a.
I think of banishing.
He spies.
You do a magical thing, right?
No, I think he disappears in amongst the crowd and inserts his sinister tentacles into the local population. But it won't matter because they're way behind on their schedule, and their elder god's going to get because we've got just too much clue.
Okay, so end of round. Unfortunately, I get attacked by everything. Hopefully, we haven't totally misjudged this.
Oh yeah, I mean, if they sink your ship and then we lose all the clues and everything, that would be dreadful.
I think that's impossible.
I think it's impossible. Yeah.
So what's the first thing that happens? Roll the fate die. So I guess it's you.
Right. Yep. I guess I'm active player, so I'm just rolling to see what happens with the storm. That's a 1, so it's going to move towards me, which is fine. I guess it just moves back like this.
Oh no.
There's so many devastating things in this game that are just determined randomly. So it could just be a complete awful showing, or it could be completely fine.
So the cultist enemies on deck is next. So 3 dice for the cultist. That's
move damage.
Move damage.
So he just moves into the space of the chef and punches her.
So he moves 1, prioritize moving into the chef. punches the chef once and just she takes a wound, right? Trauma.
Yeah, I think she just takes trauma.
So she's nearly dead, which is... Oh, am I at C? Oh, she's dead.
Oh, yes, you are at sea, actually, so everyone should have taken...
Wait, when do I...
When do you trigger their indelible traits?
Yeah.
At the end of your turn.
My turn?
It says at the end of your turn.
Oh, the chef doesn't recover trauma on themselves. Oh, well. But the occultist has recovered trauma. from the surgeon being on the deck with him.
Really?
Yep. The occultist has been slowly but surely cured of all wounds.
Oh, you're a cultist. Sorry, I thought you said the cultist.
Oh, occultist, sorry. No,
yeah,
no.
And I was like, wait, you're healing the enemy? Don't do that.
No.
Do you need some more... You don't need any more strain then, though.
The cook should have had a strain in them.
Right.
And now they're dead.
And everyone else would have had one, but then the cook got rid of it.
Exactly. Not everyone else, but the other two, yes.
Does that happen before the cook dies? Like, that's why I was checking the indelible traits. It says at the end of your turn.
Yeah, my turn's over. It's their turn now.
No, but what I'm trying to work out is the interaction between receiving the strain from being above deck.
When do you get
the
strain?
indelible trait.
You know what? It doesn't matter. Let's just give them both strain.
I also, I'm...
The surgeon gets a strain and the occultist gets a strain. They might be allowed to remove it. We're not sure about that.
But we're so sick of looking things up.
But I am sure that the amazing chef and cook is unfortunately dead.
Yeah.
Which is really upsetting. There we go. That's a pity. And then he has another movement, so I guess
you don't have to pay their salary.
Does he then use the other movement to prioritize moving back towards the...
Yeah, I guess towards the nearest crew.
Yeah. Okay, fine. Oh, chef, I'm so sorry. Okay, and then the ship attacks me. So the ship rolls it's two dice, right?
2 dice, yep.
It got a move and an attack.
Move and an omen.
Oh, so it just doesn't attack me then?
Yep, so it actually just turns one space to face towards you.
Oh no, the chef. This is so sad.
In fact, yeah, I guess it's...
The chef died for not.
It doesn't even need to move to attack you, though. So does it... What does it do?
Can it hit me anyway?
Yeah, because we determined that it was all around it, right?
Yeah, but one space. It hasn't got the range.
Well, that's what I mean. So, like, what I'm trying to determine is, does it even try to change its facing? Because it can't actually move. It can currently only move away from you.
Can it turn with one move on Stormy Sea? No, it can't. Good point. Is he just stuck on Stormy Sea forever?
Oh, is he on rough seas? No, he's on an exploration.
Whoops. Just knocked over something?
I guess I don't need to worry about that.
Yeah. What am I checking? I forgot what I'm checking now.
Well, the enemy has 1 point of movement that it can't do anything productive with other than sail away from its target.
His priority, basically.
Yeah. Like, he can't attack you with his movement, even though he's within engagement range. So does he just leave to go to his destination?
Does he just leave? That's target priority. Is it within engagement range when it activates? Yes. It will use movement results to attempt to position itself to fire upon its target.
So it just moves one like this.
Yep. Okay. And then it's the this moves forward 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yep.
They're a little bit close to winning the game. And then where's the rest of the? Where's the rest of it? I think losing everything. Is that everything?
Right.
Yeah, I get first player.
Alright, do you want to just go and win?
Yep, I recover 3 navigation tokens. I spend 1 to go 1, 2, and 3. And then I go to... Do I actually... Oh, no, what actually happens here is he gets banished.
Yep. I mean, does that happen before the Denzin card? Probably, right?
I think so, yeah. Let me check. So, the ship will now ignore me because I'm in a safe haven. So we have to look. I don't think we haven't done banishing yet. Banishing on page 32, it says. Players can rid themselves of enemies on deck without destroying them by visiting a port, known as banishing. The consequences for this is that the enemy agenda's advance equals the combined remaining health of the enemies being banished. 1, 2. That's it. So long as players stay out of enemy ship engagement range, they proceed toward the destination.
Oh, the enemies will get 1 more turn.
Yeah, people.
Yeah.
Who cares? Right,
What am I going to do? I'm going to keep sailing around.
Just sailing around.
I want to
having
read some
fun.
story cards for fun.
So, first thing that happens is the very first thing that happens is the degenerate surgeon.
No, first Denza card.
Oh, yeah, actually, he hasn't got any money, so he can't do anything anyway.
Do you have any cards down there that need triggering? No, you don't.
Yes, I do.
Well, yeah, but it's not a Denza card, so leave it.
Oh, yeah.
That's a C card, actually. No, that's an exploration card.
Yeah, why do I have it? Wait,
You probably should have had that at some point when you explored.
no, because I went to an island once.
Yeah, and we probably should have drawn that instead of the one we drew.
No, we drew... I can't remember. When did we draw this?
Was that not the one that was there from the outset of the game?
Oh, maybe. What did we get? Did I get clues from the other thing? No, I think I moved the thing back one, did I? No, I can't remember.
No, you found a weird tent covered in human blood.
What did that do? Start a story.
Yeah, start a story.
Oh, well, then we should resolve this then. For funsies.
Sure, we might as well, because I don't think it's going to change the outcome of
It
the
won't
game.
change anything. So, when I went to the island previously, we should have drawn this card, and we didn't. Whoopsie. What's wrong?
Oh, it might change. No, it won't change anything, but it could have, possibly.
What?
Well, you see. The forlorn patron's story was in part a confessional, and its telling seemed to alleviate a portion of the guilt he carried. So this is again a continuation of something that we don't really know what's going on, because we don't remember all the other story cards. He and another had headed to an unfrequented isle to dabble in forces they ought not, and the result had dire consequences for one of them. Within the cave hung the patron's companion, aloft, yet no ropes kept them from the ground. From their whole body emanated a crimson light that made torches redundant in the pitch black, and the damnable book lay where the patron had abandoned it. You made ready to read the crucial passages. Read from the book. Advance the agenda 3 spaces.
Yeah, that makes a difference. Why would this make a difference?
Well, because, I mean, that could have changed things, but it doesn't.
Yeah, we can. As I'm saying, it doesn't. It definitely wouldn't change anything.
But if this happened before I moved it back,
Which
it still
which
wouldn't.
it absolutely did. Which it absolutely did.
It actually,
And it wouldn't make any difference.
So you hang up to that, and 97 as well.
And I shouldn't have this other one then.
You shouldn't have that other one.
Oh, that means I also shouldn't have 2 clues.
Now that makes a difference.
Yeah. God damn it. Now I'm annoyed I killed my cook. Right, you better start exploring. Quickly, get 2 clues. Because you can give them to me then.
Can I give you clues?
Yes, you can trade clues. So you literally explore and you come straight back, and I don't think nothing changes.
This
card 56 should be back.
both of these story cards should be out now because we hit a story
card 56 though shouldn't be there at all.
No, card 56 should be gone, and this one should have been here, and actually this one
that should be there.
This would have been before or after I went here to the university.
Which one's that? Oh.
The resolution of that card was before or after I went to the university.
I think it was before.
So in which case this should be here.
Okay, grand. Okay, cool. So sorry, I haven't got these 2 clues.
That is a pain.
That's a pain. We're literally about to finish. Well, I think it's fine. You're literally gonna have 2 turns back to back before I could have turned them in anyway. So I get here. When do I drop the passenger off? Immediately?
Yeah, I think so. I think you just dropped them.
Does that mean I have to gamble then?
Oh, before or after you gamble?
Let's just assume it is. Are we?
Yeah, you can't stop her. She's off. She's already gone.
I get two. I think it's thematic. I get 2 clues. I get 25 money. She puts 25 money, and literally as we arrive at port. And immediately the surgeon grabs his share
and just runs off to gamble with it.
Runs off. So there you go, gamble. Spend 5 money.
Throw the fate die. Find out what happens.
I think it's thematic. He just goes, yeah, thanks.
Thanks.
2, I lose money. I'm pretty sure.
2, you lose, discard a 10. So you have to pay the 5 and discard a 10.
So I got a 10.
Getting money in this game is fucking impossible, man.
I got a net 10. Right, and then the deckhand goes to university, hands in 4 clues, advances the thingy, so we literally need 2 more clues to win the game. I hand this in. Does that cost an action to that? Does that cost like a deckhand somewhere? Oh, you hand it in at the university, don't you?
You spend it instead of clues.
Should I spend that instead of clues? Oh, yeah, I will. Just
probably.
I'll keep 2 clues instead. Okay, great. And then he can actually go somewhere else if he wants to.
Yeah, he gets to do a second action.
I might just repair a node. Repair 2 nodes for the 10 money. Yeah, makes sense. I think. Don't you think?
Yeah, I think so. Probably.
Well, that's kind of irrelevant, isn't it? Because we're going to be... Wait, should I keep money? Maybe I should... I'm probably staying here, actually. You're just bringing me 2 more clues in a minute.
Is that the plan?
Pretty much. So maybe I don't do that because I want to keep the money in the off chance so I can keep the deckhand on the off chance. Why if you can't pay anybody? We happened to get an event that was like... You know?
I forgot to do this.
That's my turn, basically.
Yeah, maybe just keep the money.
I just want to... Oh, I suppose I could actually go and explore.
Oh yeah, what happens if we win the game by ending Act 8, and then do we have to do an end of round act? Like if everybody... if we have to fire everybody before we end...
What happens if you fire everybody, you know?
Yeah, you count sinking.
What happens if you sink?
You have to respawn with like no money and 1 crew member. It's dreadful. And the enemy shit advances.
Oh, so I'll keep the 10 money then, because I can at least keep the deckhand that has the amazing trait that breaks the game. And say, like, discounts you 20% of all the clue tokens you need. Right, okay.
And it's a deckhand.
I'm just going to sit there, I'm done.
Okay, cool. So it's my turn then.
But I guess he'll go to the cabin and recover a strain.
Yep.
And then, yeah.
So, I mean, you have to put a fatigue on him, but it doesn't really matter.
Fatigue, why? Right, I'm poor.
Fatigue, not strain. Because they used a wound.
Fatigue, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, it's not going to matter. It's just so you don't like sort of have one character hopping between all the rooms doing a bunch of things.
You fetch the thing and I'll work out how trade works. Oh, is that the end of the round?
No, it's me now.
Yeah.
I'm going to go twice, so I guess I'll just discover a tile which is worth 2 clues.
Some of the
anyway.
clues from the crow's nest.
Yeah, so I will move someone to the crow's nest. I guess it will be...
Oh, you literally just be in adjacent hexes.
To trade?
Yeah.
Right.
Trading does not cost orders or actions to initiate. Players can trade as much as they wish. You can trade crew, coin, treasure, schematics, and clues. You cannot trade orders or installed upgrades. So yeah, literally you're going to sell back to me and give me 2 clues.
Yeah, and then I'll probably sink, actually.
Really?
My master gunner might survive.
Doesn't matter as long as you give me the clues.
Yeah, exactly. I'll just be shouting off the... It'll be like that scene at the beginning of the first Pirates of the Caribbean where the ship is sinking into port, and I'll just be on the mast shouting the clues at you. So I've spent 2 crew orders to move 2 crew from below deck onto deck. And then a navigation
The more I
one.
grow, the less I am. What am armory?
Why am I shouting riddles? Are the clues are riddles?
I was trying to think of one sentence that represented a clue. That you're like, I don't know.
The raven is not in the crow's nest. What does it mean?
Wait, when I combine it with these 2 clues,
exactly.
we could go to university.
And they'll figure it out. So I've populated all of my my navigation points here. Well, 2. Are these more? Yeah, I could do more, but I can't because they're wrecked. So then we've put the academic in the crow's nest where he'll probably die. And
so you spend the first point to.
So now I've got 3 movement. So I'll go 1. So I'll do an explore.
Just explore and
here.
Then turn around.
Yeah, so I'll do an explore here. And the tile is Duskfall.
2 tokens.
Duskfall, and there's a shipwreck as well. Oh, it's rough seas. That's a bummer. Why is it Why is Duskfall upside down? Literally every other city is the right way up, and Duskfall's upside down.
Is it?
Yeah, when you put it on the board, it's upside down.
Oh yeah, how odd.
Oh, it's because these 2 are the other way around for some reason. Yeah, there's 2 position. This row actually is all upside down. It's because all of our towns are in the same columns.
Oh, it's because the way it happened.
Yeah, how bizarre. That's a pain in the ass, but it's fine. I guess it just might just take. Can I get to you this turn?
Wait, I just realised it says finish the exploration the sea tiles of the previous act. How would you ever? You only ever get like 1 or 2 level 3 tiles out, aren't you? There's still 4 left. Yeah. Oh, I suppose you can get. Oh, and actually, no, you could actually get up to.
4.
You could get up to 6 actually.
Yeah. No. Yeah. No, you get most of them out. There's a whole row along the top we haven't done.
That's true.
Okay, so now that I've revealed Duskfall, I'm going to spend 2 movement to go 1, 2, and then I've only got 3 more points of movement.
So I guess you go 1, 2, and then stop. Then next turn you can refresh them and come back to me. And just come back to me.
Yeah, right. So I go 1, 2, and then I've got 1 crew order. So I guess I'll send my academic back below deck.
Yeah, make sure someone stays alive.
Yeah, but that does mean my deckhand will die. Or deckhand. Never mind. So he'll go back below deck, where he can become fatigued in the cabin to heal a strain. And then deckhand will take a strain, as will Master Gunner. And deckhand is now done.
No!
You were a good deckhand.
Okay.
You almost made it. Sorry.
So that ends the round. Roll the fake die, move the storms. So that's going to be me. Not that it matters. 0. So it goes towards me. So I guess it goes this way. Back to Grimsey. Then next thing is enemies on deck. There aren't any. Enemies at sea activate. So we're gonna roll. Do you want to roll for him?
Oh sure, yeah. Why not?
So he's just gonna move towards the thingy.
It's a move and a damage. So he's gonna turn.
No, he turns towards the destination because he's out of.
Oh yeah, so he's actually just gonna turn that way.
Nothing,
oh my god.
And then enemies at sea activate. Agenda move forward 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. First player marker goes to Mike, which actually so Mike's 2 useless turns before I could finish the game have ended up being crucial because of the because we forgot to activate the card on your player board. Yeah, well, luckily we fixed it and we've won honestly, or we're about to win honestly. That's it. Your turn. Please move to refresh.
Yep. So orders. I'm going to refresh the 2 navigation orders.
I'm removing a fatigue.
Do I need to spend anything to trade with you?
Nope. It literally says. Look, I'll read it to you again. It said do not cost orders and do not cost. If 2 players are in adjacent text spaces and it is one of those players' turns, they may freely trade. Trading does not cost any orders or actions to initiate, and players may trade as much as they wish. Can be traded crew, coin, treasure, schematics, and clues. Cannot be traded orders and installed upgrades.
Fine. So I'll spend this token here to get 2 points of movement. So I'll turn here. I'll come right here. Then I'm actually going to change my facing so I don't ram into you because
sensible.
That's sensible. You know, that's just prudent. So now as I pull up alongside you, I'll give you 2 clue tokens.
And I will give you, just because I know you've been shortchanged this game, the 10 money.
Okay, well make sure you don't have to pay salaries as part of the end game first.
Fine. It wouldn't matter if we sail. We just respawn. It doesn't matter. Like, it makes a difference. Actually, when you ship things, do they get advancements? I wonder.
Yes, they do. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I'll keep it to be safe then. Right. Okay. That's my turn. Are you passing over to me?
Yeah. I'm happy to do 1 action this round.
Deckhand goes to university. Wait, does he have to gamble again?
Don't you need another Denizen card first?
Oh yeah. Fine.
Discard 4 clues. No, it's Clifford Bay.
Can you imagine if? This is the one we knew it. We know what it is. It's the one that we drew for you. Then we undid for you.
Oh yeah, he's the passenger that wants to go to Blightwater. Fine.
Yeah, that's fine.
There you go.
No, okay.
You can just sail back and forth now. You're just a taxi.
I'm gonna go to gamble because I think I have to. Although I'm not actually sure if this counts. I think it does. I think. Yeah, I do actually. So there we go. I gamble.
Okay, roll a fate die.
This is all completely pointless. Where's the?
But it's part of the process.
It's mandatory. It's
5. You win. Collect.
Do I?
You just got your money back from last time.
Yeah, 15 money. Oh, I could have given you if I'd given you that money, I wouldn't be able to gamble. And then he'll come back, and the deckhand goes to university and hands in 4 clue tokens. Ugh.
Right, and this advances on to 8, and we need to read what happens now.
Oh, is that in the rulebook? Nobody knows.
I bet it just says when you hit 8, you win.
Probably. Axe 15. Gathering clues. Your ship advancing the. Nope. Oh wait, there was a section called winning and losing. Actually, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Here it is. Yeah. All right. Okay. All players win the game by reaching the end of the discovery track before the enemy or before the Elder One awakes and completes the objective. I think we just win. I think it's just over. I don't think.
It doesn't even say, like, is there any... I was hoping there might be, like, a little bit of an epilogue on the other one card. Okay, well, just bear with me 2 seconds there.
Do we have a boss fight against the monster?
No, I don't think so.
No, I know we don't.
No, because I remember reading the rules and being shocked that in an ideal win condition, you never see the final boss. And I was like, that's wild.
Is it maybe only likely to happen in the 2-act version?
You mean less likely to happen?
No, only likely that you won't see the boss.
Oh, no, because if you think about it, if this was the 3-act version, yeah, he would have been further away anyway.
If this is the 3-act version, this would be at 10.
Yeah, it would. No, it's 12. 3 acts is 12.
Yeah, but he moved back to.
Oh yes, sorry, yes, that's they would be the same distance apart.
And
or no, it'd be even further apart. But assuming that everything had sort of progressed at the same rate.
But we're 3 ahead of it now, so it would now decrease down to 7, right? Because it would be on 10. It would be on 12 minus 2 from last time, yeah?
Yep.
And minus 3 this time. So we'd have to get to 12 before it got to 7. So I think the longer the game is, the more likely the boss will spawn. That's what I think.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that seems reasonable. Engaging in and avoiding combat. Basic concepts. Gameplay overview. Yeah, so you just checked page 13, winning and losing, right?
That's what I did, yeah.
Wild. All players win the game by reaching the end of the discovery track. And that's all it says. I mean,
we did it!
It's gotta be... Well, that's the gameplay overview, right? You would have thought that there would be a little bit more detail, but they do tend to conceal these things in different sort of... But, I mean, you know, I don't know why I mean, we've done it. We've met the condition. We've won the game. I just feel like, you know, it'd be nice if there was, like, even just...
The thing is, it's not a campaign game. That's the thing. Right?
No, but even, like, Mansions of Madness has an epilogue.
Isn't that a campaign game, though?
No, it's just with sessions.
Are they all completely independent?
Yep.
Oh, okay.
It's just a session. It's just like this. Exactly like this.
But they're scenarios, though, aren't they?
Yeah. I mean, so this isn't scenarios
exactly.
in the same way.
Yeah, that's what I mean. This is a scenario or campaign. So it's
right,
just,
but it's
that's the thing. I think this is there's a lot. This is almost like a campaign game. This is once so desperate to be a campaign game.
No, I mean, I think the thing is, I think it's because there's so much narrative in the way the event cards work. You know, so you've got these stories that evolve over the course of it.
But there's just also so much stuff, like getting guns,
There's so many opportunity to upgrade here that we just didn't experience.
I feel like a lot of the mechanisms in this game would be better suited for a campaign game.
And
also, then you're guaranteed to meet the boss, right? If you escalate to the point that the boss.
Well, I think I think that in the fact that the fact that you don't meet the boss, guaranteed is a flaw in the design.
What does he do?
So this is his card here, which is hidden at the start. So each one has 3 behavior cards, and you randomly seed a behavior card at the start. So this one shows up. His objective is enemy discovery reaches the end. So his objective is just to...
Oh, so he has no secondary objective?
No, it looks like he doesn't actually add a secondary objective. He's got 9 health. He attacks every space around him. Herald of the Great Flood. The waves grow more restless and gargantuan entities rise from the depths, bellowing a sinister fanfare that announces its arrival in this world and its apocalyptic intentions. Upon awakening, spawn him on the first player's tile, and each player discards a positive trait of choice. Whilst arisen, agenda advances +2. When enemy discovery advances, all crew suffer 1 trauma. I mean, that's horrifying.
So yeah, he really escalates the game, right? Massively.
And here he is. Ah!
Yeah. Yeah.
This is supposed to be volcanoes on his back, actually. If you look at the art, he's got like lava coming out. He's sitting on a big rock. And he moves around and he turns off like entire tiles on the board as well.
How much damage did he do adjacent? He attack whole space adjacent to it, looks like.
He's got 5 dice, so he'll roll 5 dice. And then he attacks every space. In fact, it looks like he takes up it looks like he takes up he's so multiple tiles.
Is he a whole? I think he's a whole thing. Is he?
Yeah, he's 8 hexagons.
8 hexagons
or whatever. Yeah,
looks like it.
Yeah.
No, 7 actually, isn't it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, 7.
7. Yeah.
1 and the 6 surrounding.
Yeah.
Because of hexagons work. Neither of us.
They're not octagons.
Yeah.
Damn it.
Or Decepticons.
Decepticon would be weird.
Decepticon.
Decepticon. It's a deceptive octagon.
Is that what Transformers is about? Geometry? So, how does he prioritize moving? Like, who would he attack when he came out?
Well, he spawns on the first player.
Does he act like a ship though? From that?
Yeah, I think otherwise he's just got dice and health. He doesn't do anything.
He just comes around and hits you basically.
Yeah, he doesn't do anything.
Wait, can you kill him?
Yeah, he's got 9 health.
So you don't win by killing him though. Then if you kill him, you just like stop his bad stuff happening.
No, it says whilst arisen, so presumably
it just puts him back to sleep.
Yeah.
And then you kill him by finding clues.
Scooby-Doo. Can we have a look at the other 2 behavior cards for him? Did you see where they went?
This looks like.
Yeah, that's them there. I just wanted to see. So the other 2 have different versions of him. Have different objectives. One is to destroy all the players' ships, and the other is to destroy 3 ports.
That sounds easy.
And
how does he destroy ports?
When he moves onto it.
Does that always happen? Or
no, that's just that one thing.
Out of interest, do those 2 ones speed up the enemy discovery? These 2 ones.
No, they don't.
Right, so that's why his.
So that's his specific thing.
He
yeah.
just is.
But
basic.
the one that wins by destroying all players' ships, if he destroys your ship, you're out of the game. You don't get to come back when you respawn.
So
it also says here just spawn the avatar on Duskfall, which is the one that I found over here. It's an Act 2 city.
What if it wasn't there?
Yeah, exactly. What if it wasn't there? I remember this coming up, actually. I remember seeing this in a rules discussion on the Facebook group.
So it's interesting to know that if we'd been playing the 3-act version, this would be at 10 at this point. It would now go back 4, actually, would it? Right? It goes back the difference, isn't that correct?
Oh, yeah, so when we hit that... No, it's only if they hit it first they advance it. If we hit it first...
Nothing happens.
Now their guy comes and joins us here.
Oh, yeah, that's why. Oh, right, yeah.
So
right, okay, so if we were playing third act, that he probably would spawn.
There's a higher chance. They need to get 2 steppies, and we need to get 4 steppies.
Yeah, but he's going to get another one next turn. So he'll, at the end of this round, so now, we'd go 1, 2, 3, 4, it would go to there.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I think in 3-act version, he's probably almost always will spawn. And I think as well, he's probably absolutely reckless then. I think if he spawned, would lose.
Yep, probably. Yeah, because we've not upgraded anything. We've got no guns. We haven't upgraded anything.
Exactly, and we'll just be on a race now to quickly try and get. I could take this person back for 3 clues, for example. I might,
if you could do that without him stomping on you.
Although he's not here yet. He's not here yet.
Right, but if we had that one,
he'll be here very, very soon. He'll be here in 3 rounds,
yeah.
And then once he's here in 3 rounds, it's there, and then he only needs 20 divided by 6. He needs about 3 and a bit. Well, no, because it'll be 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. It'll be here. And then 18. Oh, 18 will be exactly it. Obviously, we could get pushbacks and stuff.
Yeah, we can always reduce their agenda.
But once he spawns, he would, as things are looking now, he would win in 3 rounds.
Mm-hmm.
Because 3 times 6 is 18, and he'd be on 2 already. So yeah, I actually think if we were playing the 3-act version, we would be absolutely decimated by him because we just haven't got. The strategy we went for was basically just farming clues as quick as we could, and that worked brilliantly in the 2-act version.
I wonder. It makes me. Well, it was helpful that I had the academic who gets clues for finding treasure.
Yeah.
And you have the guy that discounts clues as well.
Yeah. That did help you.
It does make me wonder as well about whether or not it was wise for us to hire so many expensive crew at the start when all of our money went on wages and we had no money left to improve our boats.
Well, it worked again. It worked in this particular instance, but it could, If you're playing the 3-act version, you probably want to go a little bit slower and steadier.
Yeah,
because you have to accept the inevitability that he's going to come.
But I mean, there's sort of two things that sort of strike me. One is that even though if we rushed it, we didn't exactly leave a lot of places undiscovered. There's the shipwreck I just put out here, and one shipwreck we missed there, and that's it. Like, we've resolved every other possible encounter.
There's a shipwreck up there as well, actually.
Oh, there's a island.
Island and an altar.
There's an island.
But we did loads of stuff.
But we did a lot of stuff, and so there's not like massive amounts of opportunity to make money that we didn't exploit.
Yes, and the only thing that would have happened if we'd done another act was we would have been doing more of the same, and he at some point would have shown up, and he's just basically an ultra powerful boat, right? So essentially he's going to do.
Yeah, sure.
He's just going to... Well,
a really big, ultra-powerful boat that doesn't have facing.
He's just going to follow us around and roll fire. Like, I mean, what would happen if he attacked us? Let's just resolve one attack and see how devastating he is.
Oh, it really depends on the roll.
Yeah, let's see what I get. So if he attacked my boat right now, well, I had 2 damage on it already. Right? Mm-hmm. Right, 2 damage here. I had 3 damage? No, 2 wasn't it?
No, it doesn't matter. The point is the boat has, like, it's got 10 hit points.
So, that's all occult symbols, isn't it?
That's 4 damage and an occult symbol.
Oh, so 4 damage.
So that puts you on 6 out of 10.
Yeah, so I die now. So
and if you had any crew up on deck, they'd all take trauma if they're the node.
Now I'm dead.
No, that's just 1 more damage because you've rolled a bunch of occult.
2 actually. The 2 worthless ones turn into a good one.
Oh yeah, that's true. And what's interesting is he doesn't have any occult abilities.
Do 2 different useless ones turn into, or is it only 2 the same?
It's 2 the same.
So he did another 2 damage. Yeah, he'd kill us really quick. How far does he move? Oh, he moves according to this, right?
Yeah, according to the dice rolls, yeah. So we'd have to just try and stay away.
But what I'm getting at is it doesn't sound like we missed out on any interesting mechanics or anything by not spawning him.
No, and I think the thing is there's so many good ideas in this game. I think I like the discovery cards a lot. I like the way that they seed future cards into the decks. The way it's managed with the story moments that shuffle those future occurrences into the decks at specific times is super janky. And then the way they're dealt out to the owner as the next card they resolve by going to their player boards has usability issues because we kept missing them because they were on our player boards and not on top of the deck they should have been on.
Why not just put them back on top of the deck, actually?
Exactly. Why not just leave them perpendicular on top of the deck?
I think we'll do that if we haven't played it.
I think it's because the way it is that you might have your progression as multiple C events. So then what the idea is you shuffle everyone progressions together. And so if I draw mine, I just resolve it. If I draw yours, I give it to you and you do that one next, which means you don't know which of your progressions you're going to get. And we're not just searching through them to find the right numbers. But it had usability issues. So I really like that idea. But I think that kind of unfriendly user experience permeates a lot of the implementations of the mechanisms in this game. Like, there was major issues with making money. I couldn't see a clear heuristic on how we could make more money.
You can, because gambling, you have to have money to make money, which is
and it's also 50-50. Like, so the gambling is not a viable way to make money. It seems like the only job you can get is passengers, which are again unpredictable.
If you could always get a passenger, if there was like a space in the tavern which was like go to the notice board for jobs, right?
Or pick up a passenger. Yeah. I would 100% have the passengers as a separate deck you could deliberately visit, because that's a really great heuristic because it gives you a little objective, something to do, which you mentioned when you got the passenger.
Well, I got it, I was so happy because I was like, why not? I'm doing now. I'm going this way.
Now I have a purpose.
And genuinely, that wasn't just me saying that, I genuinely felt, I'm really happy about this.
Yeah.
Because I can now know what I'm doing.
Exactly, because otherwise you're just kind of sailing around to these random event spots, which are the explorations and the shipwrecks, and hoping to find something of value. And I had multiple occasions where I did an exploration and got only clues, which are, of course, critical, but they're not going to help me improve. And so what that meant was we advanced the game clock without actually improving our ships. And so, as you rightly said, if the if the boss was triggered, we would be screwed. Fortunately, we were able to outpace it, but that's by dint of the shorter game length and helpful positive traits that we got at random. And there is a lot of randomness in this game, and it could very easily become more problematic. We had a really rocky start to this game as well, which
did we?
Yeah, in the first stream, it was pretty sketchy. At least I definitely had some really bad luck, but that's kind of averaged out and obviously not been massively detrimental. I think when it mattered, we got quite lucky.
Yeah,
but also, like, I think the main issue is that it's just the mechanisms that exist in the game aren't streamlined. You know, it's like we're constantly checking the rules. How does this little interaction work? How does this map work? You know,
I mean, yeah. I mean, I definitely. I think I'm back now to roughly where I was when we played last time. We basically looked up almost everything, haven't we, over the course of this playthrough, of this stream?
Yeah, but I think it's because of these sort of little futzy interactions that are just, there's so much options. Like, if now I had to shoot people off your deck, would be back in the rulebook. Yes. You know, if we had to
I think you did do, I think, at one point.
I think I tried it,
like you said, it was
stage.
sketchy, I think. I got swarmed early on, I think.
Yeah. I mean, we still don't have an answer to, if you have to spawn enemies up to the act number, and you pull a 1, and then pull a 2, what happens then? Do you just have a level 3 event, so to speak, or do you have to keep going till you get another level 1? It's unclear, which is just like so many other rules that mean your head's down in the rulebook, constantly checking stuff to make sure you're not doing it wrong. And I think that's problematic as well when the game's really difficult, because when it's difficult, you want to know that you're doing it right, so that when you're successful, you feel like you've won, rather than just got something wrong, or you're not confident you've done it correctly, and you deserve the win.
I think, like Skeleton Keys said, desperately needs streamlining.
Yeah,
and in every way, in terms of all these, what was the word you used? I can't remember the word you used, but finicky, for lack of a better term, interactions between different mechanisms. But and also even the passenger deck being turned into its own thing would be another streamlining.
Yeah. Rather
than having it just interspersed throughout this Denizens deck. And it would give you a specific objective to encourage exploration that wasn't just because you could also just sit here and just be like explore just to get clues, right?
Yeah, just change the facing of your ship and just poop out loads of tiles.
Do you even need to change the facing? I don't think you do, actually.
What's crazy as well is we've only got one enemy spawn point.
Yeah,
I think that's wild.
I guess there's one in Act 1, maybe, and 2 in Act 2, and 3 in Act 3, maybe, or something like that.
I don't know. What if there's only one? There's one there's one in each act, maybe, which is crazy, because that means if you drew those in an unlucky order, you could draw both tiles as the first one in each act.
But not even just that. Also,
you'd have loads more enemy ships.
If it was very central, then they'd probably always be close to a destination. Oh, yeah. I suppose the destinations can be anything, can't they? They can be closest altar, furthest port. They can be anything, I suppose.
Well, for the ships, it's always... Well, there's second closest island, second closest shipwreck, furthest port, and closest altar. But yeah, I think, I really like the idea of damaging the ship as well, but it was prohibitively expensive to do anything. Our major draw... we didn't buy any new rooms or guns. Either of us. No. That's... So
just crew. I just did crew.
Yeah, we just bought crew and then had to pay their wages. It's so expensive. And
oh no, you look like you bought. Oh no, that's a schematic.
Because the other heuristic, right? If we're talking about sort of doing jobs or pulling the passengers out to give you some objectives, the other thing you could do is deliberately pursue the story progression. Except then you have to remember where the cards went and who they belong to.
I was just about to say the other objective thing could be events, giving you key actual things to aim for. But rather than doing that, they simply say, okay, at some other random time in the future, this will continue.
Well, it's so bizarre that the continuations are actually placed perpendicular on top of the deck. I actually, like, I don't know why they didn't maybe give it a different card back and then say, you know, this is going to be your next C event, just pick this card up. Or if you have multiple C events, shuffle it into your own personal deck of C events. Or, you know, you could choose to, you know, forego a C event to just progress this. You know, and that gives you a bit more agency in what to do. I don't know why it was sort of... Not only was it made more random, but it was made more random in a way that added a bunch of rules overhead that don't seem to add any real value.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, I do really think this game would have been better suited as a scenario based, or even like and potentially even with the option to link scenarios together. Just the sheer number of rules and mechanisms is not suitable for what.
So what you're talking about is like a much more basic fundamental structure, and then scenarios that add additional rules.
Yeah. So yes, exactly. Because then also you can also massively streamline events then, so that you could have like a storyline progress through different scenarios, potentially have a much lower pool of things that can occur at this point. In that it lets you establish a beginning, a middle, and an end.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think
because this doesn't have a beginning, a middle, and an end really.
No, but I think that's by dint of the Elder God not appearing. This divorce
that's exactly what I'm saying. If you had a 5-scenario campaign or something, you know, then the boss always appears at the end. I think
what we sort of demonstrated here was probably the best example of the worst aspects of this game, because what you want of any game is some kind of climax, you know, and typically this escalation happens in one of two ways. It's either an escalation of power on both sides, so you reach a powerful final confrontation between two strong entities, or it is a degeneration of resources over time, and you've just got to try to see it through to the end, like Gloomhaven or Claustrophobia. Or Claustrophobia if you're the humans.
Claustrophobia doesn't have... Am I right in thinking they're all completely independent scenarios, aren't they?
Yeah, Claustrophobia is completely... And I would rather have that.
That's personally. What I'm saying.
I've got enough campaign games. I like singular scenarios. I like the idea here. The intention is we sit down and just do it. I'm happy with that, but of course this isn't a scenario game. It's just its own
just
entity.
The game, and then you add in the boss.
Yeah, and you can have two... There's another boss. I don't know how much the other boss changes the game. Though, of course, there's loads of expansions. They just broaden everything. This was all of those expansions shuffled in. It's just more crew and more enemies.
Events,
yeah, and so I think actually without those, it might also feel quite narrow. But
it'd be enough for one or two plays, but then it might start feeling
a bit like you've seen everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%.
Even whilst you've seen everything, you'll also be at the point where you haven't done. But you'll still be. There's just too much to do. The idea of buying 6 upgrades for your deck, there's 3 guns. That's insane to me.
So I mean, just coming back to what I was saying earlier about the escalation, and yeah, let's talk about that, because the escalation is fundamentally flawed in the sense that, you know, what we did here was the most efficient path to victory, which meant that we didn't see the boss and we didn't do any upgrades. Mm-hmm. So we didn't escalate anything at all, and then it just ended, right? And this was the most efficient path to victory, and we saw none of the exciting parts of the game. That's problematic. But I think but the economy is too bust, I think, to functionally support an escalation of power, right? Like the mechanical possibility exists for you to fight and even defeat the Great Old One, but it would require a robust enough economy for you to get there. And like I said before, we did basically everything we possibly could on the board, bar a few little events, and we were borderline totally broke. And maybe that's because when we added in the expansions, we added in all of the expensive crew members, and then we hired all of those expensive crew members right at the start, which set us up with big costs and overheads from the get-go. But you still need the crews to do the port actions. You still need the crew to, you know, manage the strain and the trauma, you know. And so and also they come with better stats, which allow you to succeed more at the explorations and things you're doing. So overall, I think they probably provide value for money. It just leaves you with no money to do all the other stuff. Skeleton Keys is like, blah 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 blah. The juice isn't worth the squeeze. Way to sum up my whole.
Super cool thematically.
It's super cool thematically. Absolutely super cool thematically. Really cool. Really cool ideas. I love the ideas of the upgrades, but yeah, it's just a bit all over the shop, and it wants. But I like, when I'm being critical, I like to justify these criticisms.
Of course, yeah.
With a bit of thoughtfulness.
You spoke of reaching a climax. I'm kind of disappointed by, because I never looked into particularly what the bosses do, and I actually find that super disappointing that he's just
like a big ship.
Just a big ship.
That just does.
I remember even years ago at Essen when we were being given the elevator pitch initially. He kind of skirted around, not intentionally, but kind of like didn't really go into detail of what the boss did. He kind of just said, "Oh yeah," and at some point this guy will show up, and then that'll and it escalates everything. And I just assumed that something interesting happened. I don't know. I guess what was I expecting? Maybe that's on me. I just thought maybe something more interesting would happen. Then he's just going to show up and start hitting you.
Well, I think there's sort of two ways to go with it, right? Because you could go the death may die route, where the boss shows up no matter what, but if you conjure it on your terms, it's easier. Whereas if it shows up, there's still like a chance for you to win, but you're on the back foot.
Wouldn't it make sense if now that we win this, it spawns we have to kill him?
Yeah, well, that's exactly what Death May Die does. But you get a massive advantage because you spawn him on your turn, on your terms. Yeah. I mean, the other cool thing would be that if he does appear, maybe like all the merchants suddenly discount a bunch of stuff, so you can try to get your power level up to face him. But either way, I'm thinking. So the Mansions of Madness is the other route where you don't always get a final boss, and actually that game tends to only spawn big bosses when you're doing badly as a timing mechanism for the game. So they really just show up to actually kill you, and you're really just trying to sort of survive long enough to finish your final objective.
It's like the Reaper at the end of Vampire Survivors.
I guess.
When you survive 35 minutes, the Reaper just shows up and kills you.
So it's like a timer basically. Yeah. So, but the objectives of that game are couched more in, the story, the event cards that are coming out over the course, which are of course hidden in the app. So there's an element of those narrative beats being concealed. In this game, it would have been nice if. There was like a university deck of cards that we were progressing through every time we spent clues. Like that gave us an objective or something to do, and then at the end, when you get the final one, there was an epilogue card.
Or gives you rewards to make the boss easier. Then
rewards to help you fight. What it needs is a climax, one way or the other. And if that climax is the final boss, let the university basically maybe the boss, if you want the boss to be more interesting and not just a giant ship, give him a behavior deck, and then make the university, we look at the behavior cards, so we know what's coming. And then we can prepare a strategy around that.
Yeah, that's
that's
thematic as well.
Yeah, and if it's not going to be something about a final boss fight, then make the university deck like a narrative thing with an epilogue card. So at least when we get to the end, we have some kind of, catharsis around reaching the final story moment.
Yeah, just an epilogue paragraph that long would do.
Yeah, I'd take that. We had epilogues for literally all of the stories that we were progressing that had nothing to do with anything, but we didn't get an epilogue for the main game.
And some of them had us do stuff like, it was like, you fulfill his request and go and burn the house down. Like, so that was that I didn't have to go to burn the house down mechanically. It just says it on the card I do it, but even that was disappointing.
In Hoplomachus Victorum, you pick a final boss for the whole sort of run. It's a bit like this in the sense that it's not designed to be a campaign, but it's probably going to be multiple sessions because it's very long. But it's got each boss has an epilogue that you read, and you read it based on the hero you chose and the enemy you're fighting, and that's it.
Oh, that's interesting.
I think
I'm just thinking,
Too Many Bones says the same thing as well.
I've played Eldritch Horror or Arkham Horror. I think it was Eldritch Horror I played. It was the one that's the whole world, not just America.
Yeah, that's Eldritch Horror.
Yeah, Eldritch Horror, and that's similar in terms of you're going around looking for clues, right? I'm pretty sure it's Eldritch I played. I'm 99% certain.
I always confuse that one, the whole world one, with the one that's just in the museum. So not Arkham Horror. I think
Arkham is the one in the museum.
The Arkham Horror is the one where you're in all of Arkham. The whole town of Arkham.
Oh, you're thinking of the one in the museum is
the little one.
The little one with the dice.
Yeah, the dice lucky roll.
What is that called?
I thought that was called Eldritch Horror. But...
No, Eldritch Horror is...
So Eldritch Horror is the whole world
that is
one.
Yeah, anyway, it's Eldritch Horror I played then. That's similar insofar as you're trying to find clues, right? To, oh, hello, Yogi's here.
No, he says, Elder Sign.
Elder Sign, thank you very much, Yogi.
That's the one, yeah.
So Eldritch Horror is similar to this insofar as you're looking for clues, right? To what I can't remember, I only played Eldritch Horror once. It was a long time ago. It was with Ben, and a couple of Ben's friends, and we had a really good time. I really enjoyed it, even though it definitely has problems. But that doesn't have a climax per se either, does it? There's no boss in that comes out or anything.
God, I don't remember.
I don't think there is. And yet, it feels... It's kind of similar so far as you're trying to get clues to solve the cosmic conundrum, and you're up against the timer, and if the timer runs out, then the Cthulhu, whoever it is in this instance, comes and kills everything, Dagon or whoever it is. There's different bosses, different old ones, and they do different things. They affect the setup in different ways, and they affect certain the event and the enemy event phase or whatever it is in different ways. And they might have slightly different objectives how you beat them, but ultimately you're traversing the world trying to uncover eldritch truths, right?
Yeah.
And the same thing. You got events going on. You got all that kind of stuff. It's very similar to this, and I don't think it has a climax either. At least I can't remember one. In terms of a boss fight or anything. But what it doesn't do, which I think is what massively slows this one down, is it doesn't have all this just plethora of other stuff going on. There's so much, mechanically speaking, in terms of running the boat, getting upgrade cards, getting for below deck, getting weapons, managing the crew on the ship, going to port. There's so much stuff, so much bloat, which is completely not present in Eldritch Horror, and it's just the kind of the core mechanisms of moving here and initiating this, and then the event cards. I think there's some combat, a bit like in Cthulhu Death May Die.
Well, again, there's two additional issues, and I'll keep it extremely brief because we're going to wrap up now. But because we ignored basically entirely the ship conflict, because we played with the advanced rules for boarding, we never really had to worry about the cannons. We didn't really have to worry necessarily about repairing those things, which is great because it was totally unaffordable. But theoretically, there's this sort of game where you're trying to plan ahead and all these kinds of things. But I think that I like, in theory, this action management token. I like that there's sort of a separate little thing where you're sort of triggering the rooms here as well. That felt good, but it just didn't seem to come together in quite as sort of a tight planning experience as you wanted. In the end, we always kind of felt like we had an agenda. We knew exactly what to spend. And we just moved the people to boost the agenda. And it was fine. It felt much more like... it felt like there was much less efficiencies to be gained from planning ahead than there ought to be given the breadth of the system. And of course we were entirely ignoring the cannons as well, and I don't think having the cannons a part of the game in our case here would have made it any more interesting. In theory I like the system, but in practice, there's just so much bloat. And honestly now I'm really torn because I think I probably just want to sell the game. I can't see myself playing it again. It's just a shame because there's so much promise, and I do really like the decks of cards, because that does feel like it adds quite a lot of replayability to it, because there's so much more to see in those decks that we haven't seen.
But the moment-to-moment gameplay is just going to be the same thing forever now.
Yeah.
It's not very varied.
Well, and that's, I think, because you don't have enough of an economy to actually develop a strategy. If the boarding was a bit more interesting, and boarding and being like a combat crew was a strategy... that would be great, but the crew are totally randomly generated, so you have no idea if you can build a good combat crew, and then that's so much more efficient than actually shooting your cannons anyway, that it doesn't matter.
It's like the difference between, like you said, there's no economy to give you goals. There's no, it's like the difference between that ship spawning and being like, I mean, do we care about that ship? I don't know. I don't think so. Versus when it was in the way of me trying to drop this passenger off, and I was like, oh, now I have to consider this. Do we want to attack it, or do we want to just kind of try and get by it?
Yeah, though there's too much arbitrariness to build a strategy anyway, though, because you can't even deliberately find weapon schematics. You have to go to shipwrecks and then roll it. Yeah. So if you want a good cannon,
and that's the only way to get money.
You can go to you can go to port, can't you? And you can draw upgrade cards, but those are rooms, and none of them are guns.
No, you have to get guns. You have to
get weapon schematics.
Improve.
No, the upgrades are not guns. Are there guns in here?
Are they never guns?
They're never guns. So you have to go and get weapon schematics from shipwrecks.
I guess that makes sense thematically as well.
Yeah, but you have to roll a 6.
Yeah.
Is it just a 6?
Where's the rulebook gone?
I've got it here. It's on
the back of the rules as well.
Yeah, to get an artillery schematic, you have to go to a shipwreck and roll a 6. I mean, I think you can also get them from some event chains as well, but that's bonkers, right?
I never finished my coffee. It's cold now.
There might be another way to get guns that I've forgotten, but
Not enough.
Not enough. There's not enough. I mean,
not
you
guaranteed.
never got one. So
Nope.
if you...
I kept rolling money.
Yeah, so if we weren't playing with the advanced boarding rules, you would have been screwed by enemy ships, and I would have had to come and help you in every case. And I still would have needed 15 just to equip my decent gun. And it's just... So it's just great ideas that just don't come together, and the randomness kills the scope of the strategy.
Needs more time in the oven to streamline it.
Yeah,
basically, right?
and that's kind of where I land with it, because it's such a beautiful production, actually. Like, the actual artwork on the cards and the miniatures and everything. I mean, aside from the issue with the board being like slightly too small for the tiles, which is weird.
That
but
is weird, yeah.
you know, it's just a misprint. They just didn't scale the picture up enough, I think, or whatever.
Is that only for the neoprene, by the way?
Yeah, that's only for the neoprene.
Okay.
So if you don't have the neoprene mat, I think it's fine. I think I didn't actually check, but the production's really nice, and it's never going to be reprinted. So I like kind of don't want to sell it, but at the same time, like, I'm probably never going to get it out to play.
Maybe you sit on it for a bit, I suppose, and see how if you get it out again.
I mean, it might be a nice project to try and develop it into something that's more interesting and playable. An interesting sort of academic
you've got
thing,
time
but
for that.
I don't have time for that.
Maybe they should have made it more like an Outlast type game where there's no combat and just running away from enemy constantly. We mean like Outlast the video game.
Like the horror video game?
Well, so the enemies just harass you and there's no combat. I mean, you could do that. I don't know. I think I don't have a problem with the combat. I think the combat's fine. I think it's a good element. It's not... I
mean, that's a fundamentally different thing. The issue here is that there's not enough predictability in the acquisition of upgrades or the ability to build an economy to develop a deliberate strategy, so you're just kind of running around like a headless chicken hoping to get lucky and win.
Yeah, I mean, totally removing combat and just making it so they attack you would streamline it, but I think it was streamlined almost too much in one direction.
Well, it'd make it an entirely different game.
It's just dropping one entire mechanism rather than kind of tightening all of them. I think there's a place for all of this. There's a place for the upgrades, for the guns, for positioning people on deck to improve your actions. I just think there's too much of everything, if that makes sense. And that's why I think it feels tilted towards...
I think it would feel better if you had to sort of pick something to focus on, and so your overhead turn time was lowered, so that you were focusing in on one particular strategy, or maybe like a bit of one and a bit of other, like a hybrid strategy, and so you could focus on those things, and then that would sort of focus you and make your turns shorter. But it's not present, it's not possible, and that's why it feels weird and bloated, because you're doing a tiny bit of loads of stuff, but you're actually not really making any decisions. You're just kind of dealing with whatever the game gives you. You know, like when you draw a crew, they're all random. When you draw upgrades, they're all random. Everything you do is entirely random.
Even getting clues is kind of random and arbitrary insofar as the only thing you can do to guarantee get clues is explore, lay out tiles. Yeah. But everything else is like, will I get a passenger who will give me a clue? You know, I go exploring. Will I get an event that gives me a clue, or will I just spawn enemies and this and that, or even like that choice, that very first choice of the game that I had. Do I listen to the guy or not? If I listen to him, I get 2 clues and continue the story, which ended up in actually pushing the enemy back. Mm-hmm. Or if I choose the wrong option, bear in mind this is a blind choice, blind thematic choice, I just spawn an enemy on deck.
Yeah.
So that would mean that means we would not have won when we won. We'd have been 2 clues behind schedule, and I'd have been hurt. So who knows what could have changed. Yeah. And that's purely based on the thematic choice of, do you want to talk to this monster or not?
Yeah, I mean, it's got elements of like a sandboxy adventure game, and when you're going to have a long sandboxy adventure game, it needs to have some avenue strategy to pursue, you know? And if you can't pursue strategies deliberately and with some efficacy, then you just are. It's just a complete crapshoot.
This is why so many Euro games have like optional objective cards that you only use for the first play.
Well, that's to give you an indication of some like reasonable strategies before you've discovered the game. Yeah. So I don't know. Yeah, I really don't know what to do with it. I
think you should hang on to it for a little bit, based on the fact that it's not going to be printed ever again.
It's not going to.
And so you can undo not selling it, but you can't undo selling it.
It's true. Yeah, I mean, this more than anything And I think this is a testament to the nice production and the cool theme and the nice ideas. This more than anything tempts me to sit down and actually like fix it. Every other game I've played that's like at least as broken as this, I've been like, get rid of it.
That's a nice positive, I guess. That you thought that there's you think there's brilliance in here somewhere.
Yeah,
which I think I agree with you on.
I hope the community will house rule some cool stuff. Yeah, but skeleton keys, I generally am not a big fan of that. Like,
no, well, I mean that's what you're suggesting.
Yeah. I mean, so yes, I hope that the community does get together and sort of comes up with a fix. But you know,
I think if one or two talented people dedicate themselves to doing it, it could have a good result. If a whole community does it, then often it gets messy. I agree with you there, but like we said, there's brilliance in here.
But there's more scope to fix this than say Dark Souls, like that fan-made Dark Souls rule set.
Well, didn't they eventually adopt it into essentially?
Well, I've got the new core set.
Survived,
yeah, they sent me a review copy of the new Dark Souls core set, so I'd like to check that out.
Oh no, sorry, no. But the fan, long before that, those new core sets.
Yeah. They've got I've got the extended rule sets printed out.
But that was officialized eventually.
I don't know how much of that, if any, has been incorporated into the new rule set.
No. So forget the new rule set.
Oh.
So rules came out, they were terrible. Fans made better rules. Steamforge made new rules based on the fan rules.
Right, and those new rules are not the rules in the new core set.
I have no idea. I don't. So the new core set presumably doesn't use the old rubbish rules. Presumably it either uses the new rules that were based on the fan rules, or it uses them evolved further. I think they're evolved further because I know that some things have changed. How traps work have changed.
Some of the player boards are different. They look different. Anyway. Yeah. So I think but as it is, I don't think I would ever get this out to play it again. It's too much heads down time in the rulebook.
Yeah, agreed.
Anyway, I think we're gonna have to leave it there, guys, because Chris has to get going. So, thanks so much for coming and checking out. Oh.
Also, we're done.
We're done again. Yeah. Well, I don't think we have anything more to say about it. I mean, I could probably talk about it a bit more, but let's call that a stream. Thanks so much for hanging out. Thanks, Skeleton Keys. Good to see you.
Thank you, everybody.
Yogi Bear's here as well. Thanks for hanging out, and to everyone watching this in the future. I hope you enjoyed that Everrain presentation, and it wasn't too laborious with all our rules checks. Big thanks to Chris for helping us out. We hope to see you all soon. If you like the content that we do, please check out the Patreon. For as little as $1, you can come and get involved in the Discord and hang out, and we'll do some cool stuff there. And if you can't do that, you can always subscribe, throw a like on the video, and turn on your notifications so you don't miss the next one.
Catch you next time, guys. Bye.
Bye.